All right. Good evening, everybody.
We coming slowly but surely, baby.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing good.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, finally getting back into the live.
Am I away from heaven? Hey, I am away from heaven. Awesome.
Yeah, CJ's under me. Oh yeah.
Oh, God, help me.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody.
What do you say,
Hello,
Jay?
hello.
How's everyone's Friday night?
We're getting wound up.
Yeah, we
Uh-oh.
were talking about bright lights and LEDs and how they're blinding everyone. Hey, Gerald, welcome in.
That's for sure.
I'm innocent. They were the mean ones.
Reaper, we're not going to start this again, sir.
Hold
Num
on.
num num num
Hold
num.
on. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
CJ. Oh yeah, baby.
Oh no.
Cornholio.
you kids behave yourself. Behave yourselves. Jesus.
He started
Num 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 num.
Okay, Jay.
All right. So, how was everyone's day today?
Pretty good.
Boring.
Whoa! Did you guys just hear that spark?
Yeah.
That was my coax.
Holy shit. Yeah, I heard that here.
Fuck. That's why I don't have it That's why I have it disconnected. You got a little storm rolling in.
Yeah, I heard that. Holy crap.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. That's why I don't have it hooked up.
Is that a unit in down there?
No, it's well, it is a Uniden. It's a Zachary T.
So, what, you got electrical storm coming?
Yeah. Well, there wasn't an electrical storm. They just predicted rain, but it still produces static electricity in those clouds.
Right.
Yep.
No
What's
pun
the
intended.
unit?
That's why he's named Thunder Valley CB Shop because it thundered and lightnings all through that fucking valley.
Right.
You know what? You know what? I'll tell you. So this is honest. The reason why I put lightning bolts on the signs of my shop and on my business cards is a reminder for you guys before you get into a thunderstorm, disconnect that coax.
Is that what that's for?
Yeah.
Yep.
I always thought that meant we need more fire in the wire.
There you go. We can go with that.
There's rotation showing on top of San
CJ's
Diaz.
More
not
fire and
safe.
wire.
CJ's not safe, and neither is 15. Neither is Jay. Jay's on the other side.
To say there's rotation on top of Sandia?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
What?
Yep. Yeah, I'll even show you.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah. What's up, Roy?
Hey, what does it matter which side of the bumper I mount that whip to?
I normally
Raven,
try
have
to
a
do
good
the
night.
passenger side because if you ever go through a drive-through, you got less chance of hitting that overhang.
Okay.
But
Hey, Jay,
no, it
put me on the
don't.
big screen real quick.
No, they're
Yeah,
not
so
all safe.
right, I don't know if you can see it, but right there where my finger's at, there's rotation. See if I can zoom in some more.
Keep zooming. Keep zooming.
There's that.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Oh, yeah, there's the hook.
Yep, there it is right there. There's a rotation.
I am offended. You just flipped me off.
Read between the lines, sir.
How much cape is there, though? Is there an actual inflow?
No.
CJ's giving you a 3-finger discount.
No, I was just saying read between the lines.
I know you're number one friend.
Hey, Jay, real quick before I get off.
Yeah.
Here's that camera I was telling you I have for you.
Oh yeah.
But
Good
you need to get a Type C to USB. They're like $7 on Amazon.
I got one of those.
Okay, yeah. So if you want that one, you can have it. I bought it and I can't use it. It was like $30 at Staples.
See that? You guys missed it. Another one.
I heard it.
Yeah.
I saw
here.
it. Okay, you can go back to big box.
That sucker's loud, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear that one.
Oh, I heard it. But then I also have earphones on, so.
You skipping out early again,
DJ
CJ?
Space.
Huh? I'm not jumping out early.
You said before I get out of here.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Now he's gaslighting us. All right.
You know it.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
If I did, I don't remember. I have short-term memory loss. It's because
Well,
I
now
hang
you sound
around.
like my wife.
I talk with
You
Roy
have
way too long. Yeah, I do have CRS.
CRS. Can't remember.
Hey,
that.
Louie, welcome in.
He definitely has it.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me.
See?
Oh, I know what I forgot to do today. Be back.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is not a really big storm, so the static's not going to be that bad. But just keep an eye on my screen every now and then. You'll see it arc. I got that video on my TikTok.
I seen that one.
Yeah.
Hey Jay,
Yo.
when you were, it was. I was on the YouTube side of it. So it was extremely hard to hear. But what did you say that guy's SWR was at? Did you say 9?
He said 9.
Yeah.
Hey, Peanut Whistle.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Peanut Whistle.
Hey, Peter.
I was on there too, and when he said that, I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, when the guy first came in, it's 1-to-1. I hear that every fucking day. Oh, yeah, and my antennas are fine. They don't need nothing. I said, well,
Yeah, my foot.
if I tune up the radio and your SWRs are high, it's just going to make them go higher, and it's going to blow the radio faster. I mean, it's smart to always check.
You
I
should
put the
start
meter
putting
on it.
$100 on the counter. It's like, all right, $100 says it's not.
Yeah, I should. And put the meter on it, and it's a 9, and I'm like, I just looked at him and I said, 1? I said, that's a far cry from a 1.
Hey Jay,
Hey, what's up?
I got a DOSI meter, the PM1000 TS.
Uh-huh.
Need the adjustment knob, the whole assembly.
Order it offline. And
I looked and I couldn't find one.
there should be a number on the back of that potentiometer,
Okay.
and look up that number.
Well, I'll have to take it back apart and look at it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for the gifts.
It was bought off of
You're welcome,
eBay,
Jay.
And
What's
somebody
this? It
broke
says
that.
remove Reaper. Live
Oh my
on
God.
tap.
Just
contains
kick me
the-
out. I'll come back.
No,
I
no,
keep
no, no,
forgetting.
no, no, no. I'll hit
No.
cancel.
No, there's a reason for it. It'll actually kick him out if you don't kick him out and bring him back in.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
he
it can give
vaped.
you a strike.
Same thing happened to him on CJ's.
Yeah. If you vape, it gives you a warning.
It's fucking bullshit. I'm tired of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that meter was bought off of eBay, and somebody had broke that knob before on the inside, and they crazy glued it to the box.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So
Yeah, if it sees your cigar or anything, also it'll
Yeah, I
do
know.
the same thing.
I didn't think they do it with a vape, though.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, 379, welcome in. Hey, Miss Annette's in.
All right,
And then
Hey,
I
watch
need to
this.
find-
I'm going to grab a screwdriver and touch that coax. Watch this. See if you can see something.
Where do I get the Juul or Nitro knobs?
Wow.
See that?
Oh,
Damn.
that's an awful lot of static.
You bet
Oh,
your ass
yeah.
it is. And a smoker radio and a heartbeat. Jeweled knobs. You should be able to Google that and find that.
Okay.
I
And
haven't. Do you guys think I should bring some of those in the shop?
Yes,
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
the Nitro knobs also.
They don't make nitro knobs that I'm aware of anymore.
Oh, they
Ain't it?
don't.
Nope.
And I also need to find somebody to work on that Eagle for me.
Yeah, Jim can. Jim's got a tube tester and all that stuff.
Who's Jim?
Yeah, so you talking about one of these?
307 amps.
Nope, I called him today. He don't do anything with tubes.
Really? Because
Yep.
he and I talked about that. I thought he did.
Nope, he told me he don't do anything with tubes.
Okay.
He said BBI, but last he heard they was a couple years out.
No, BBI's a dick.
So. Yeah, I told him, I said, oh,
And it's not safe.
For trust.
Yeah, let me ask around. I have a friend named Dave that lives in Albuquerque. He was an electronics tech and a CB guy for 40, 50 years, and he just hung it up because he got tired of it. But every now and then he'll do a favor for me. Let me ask him.
Well, there's two little capacitors, and I can send you pictures of them, that when I plug it in, turn it on, it starts smoking.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good.
Let me talk to Dave. He is really good. I'll tell you a funny story about Dave. He bought a big screen TV. A couple months later, quit working. So the Geek Squad or whatever it is, they send a guy over, a repair guy to look at it, and the guy looks at it and he goes, yeah, this TV's fried. We're going to have to get you another one. And Dave goes, well, let's try something real quick. He gets out his meter, and right away, the first thing he tests, he found a bad part, goes out in the garage, grabs a part, comes back, solders it in, turns it on, boom, TV came back on. And he goes, okay, well, there's your lesson for the day. Have a good one.
You know, he should have said, okay, leave this one here and bring me the new one.
Right? Well, he's honest, but that's the problem with these younger kids, man. They don't learn.
Well,
They'd
they're
rather
not taught
replace
that
than
stuff.
repair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's see if this coax arc again. Let me grab the screwdriver. Watch this.
Better get your welding gloves.
No?
Hey, Doc, welcome in. Num num.
No?
Hey, Doc, welcome in. Num 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 num. Only because Annette's right next to me. Num 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 num.
Num, num, num.
Dark.
That whistle.
Yes. Hey, Screwdriver, welcome in.
What's up, screwdriver?
Is that golden screwdriver?
That's it.
Boy.
That was freaking weird.
What?
My soundboard just went off and I'm not even touching it.
That is weird. Maybe it's a little static electricity in your wire.
No, that's not it.
What you doing down there, 229?
What is it,
Which
Peanut
one?
Whistle?
229 was showing me a knob, and that's not the one like what I got in this box.
Oh,
Oh,
No.
There we go.
If we end up going to the other platform here in a little bit, I'll show it to you.
copy that. All right, guys, just some house cleaning real quick. Guys, thank you all so much for all the likes and shares. Thank you guys for all the gifts. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And we'll do some more exclusive videos here soon. I was going to do one today, but we got too busy. So you guys said that my volume on YouTube was low, huh?
Oh, it was, excuse me, jacked up.
It was
No, I fixed that. And then I came
Yeah.
back on.
yeah. Once you got it set, when we did the 3 hour live, I mean, it sounded almost clear
Yeah.
because I was watching you on TikTok and I was watching you on YouTube, so I was watching you on both platforms. TikTok was like really loud, but YouTube was lower in volume, but it was still you could still hear.
I was waiting for
Interesting.
TikTok off of TikTok when that guy come in there talking about the
the T word?
yeah.
Yeah.
The what?
The T word.
Okay.
When you fix the guy from Walcott Radios, CB,
Yeah.
when he come back in and y'all were having a conversation and he said something about getting his truck polished.
Oh, I don't remember.
I remember.
He was talking about transmissions.
Oh,
Hey,
well,
JD, welcome
I
in.
couldn't see any comments from TikTok on that Streamlabs, just YouTube.
You got to get
Yeah.
the chat integration.
Yeah, you know, it was weird, Reaper. So there was a button that said, like multi chat or something like that.
That's what it
So
is.
when I clicked on that, it was still just YouTube.
That's
So I
weird.
don't know. It was weird, man.
Yeah, because I was just copying, pasting the whole freaking time.
I mean, he had nothing
Yeah.
better to do.
I didn't.
Yeah.
We were sitting for 4 hours.
Oh, dang. Dang.
Oh, look at this hot mess. Jesus.
What is that?
It's
Yeah,
like
I couldn't get it up fast enough. But he had two, look like K10 antennas, damn near pointed horizontal with the truck.
Oh,
Who was that? Herzenbach or whatever they're called.
Yeah, Hirschbach.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, I recognize that H on the side of the truck real quick.
got one more piece to get.
So, Annette, how's your show going?
It's really interesting. All about kids bullying kids.
Wow. Hey, Doc, welcome in.
How you doing?
We're
I
good.
wanted
Hey,
to come
Rob,
in and
welcome in.
ask about. Oh, I wanted to come in and ask about that GMRS antenna that he got.
You mean that colossal?
Yeah, did you get it up?
no, that's not a GMRS antenna. That's a 11 meter. But he's making me custom mini colossal GMRS antennas for the shop. He just hasn't. He has to catch up on orders first.
All right, I might be interested in one of those.
Yeah, today I finally had a little bit of time on the website. I put the 307 amps on there, and I put the colossal 10K 11 meter. So that's on the website. But
Website up now?
no, it's been up.
Oh, I didn't know. I haven't looked.
Yeah,
I told you today he had it up, or yesterday, one of the days I told you it was up.
he's got old timers.
No, he has
I
some
did.
timers.
Sometimes.
Sometimes he remembers, sometimes he doesn't.
I definitely have Alzheimer's.
Listen, CJ, you're right with me. You got CRS, so it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I know I got CRS.
And I know I got Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I got CRS too.
Annette will tell you I have CRS.
What were we talking about?
Say what?
What?
Guys.
More like
All right,
yes.
let's try this coax again with the screwdriver. Here we go. No, still good.
I got a question. You got carpet on the floor?
No, the whole house is tile.
Okay, there's no carpet.
No, the whole house is tile.
Huh.
Is it
No.
real dry down there?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's dry as a popcorn fart, New Mexico. Always has been.
Have you ever seen what was the hell I was telling you? I'll explain my wife like it was. The dude off of Charlie Brown.
Oh, Linus.
Yes. When he walks, that's what it looks like in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty much.
Well, it says right now humidity's 22%, dew point's 21.
what's the humidity in the house?
About the same in this room, about 20%. It's not that. It's the ground planes of the antenna picking up the static from the storm that's rolling through.
Oh,
If you go to my Facebook page when you first TikTok, when you first pull it up, if you look on the bottom, there's some little tabs and it says disconnect coax. Click on that tab. This coax you're looking at sat there and arced for 45 minutes one day when a storm rolled through.
Wow. You got a ground rod in the ground with the antenna?
The fucking pole's 6 feet in the ground.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
not concreted or anything, is it?
Nope.
I would
Well,
think that
is it
the
galvanized?
No, it's a steel drilling pipe.
You should be good.
I am good. It's not that. The antenna's fine. It's the ground plane's picking it up. This is stuff that a lot of people don't understand. When I first posted that video, man, I bet you that video got 200 comments. You gotta ground it. You gotta ground it. And like the fucking pole's 6 feet in the ground. What more do you want?
So
But
how does that pick up the static like that, Jay?
it's the ground plane of the antenna picking up the static in the air.
Is it just okay? I understand what you're saying, but how does it do it? Is it
There's
just
static in the air. The antenna's metal. So you got to remember, guys, antennas are made to attract electronic signals, electricity, right?
okay?
So certain antennas will attract more than others. But I'll tell you a story about this antenna. When we lived up on the mountain, we were 8,000 feet up in the mountain. And our garage, it was detached from the house by like 40 feet. I walk out of the house one day, and there was a storm just getting ready to come over the top of the mountain. And I walk out the driveway, and all of a sudden, there's these bright, I mean bright, blue flashes. And you could hear it. And it would stop. And it kept doing that. And what the hell? And I look up at the antenna, and off the 3 ground rods, there was blue electricity, 1.5 feet, 2 feet long, coming off the tips of those.
Wow. So
With
it's
The
that-
lightning out here gets bad. You know what's weird? Like
Yeah.
in Florida, they're the lightning capital of the world, right? But what are they always at? 80, 90% humidity.
Yeah.
So when you have higher humidity like that, most of the static gets washed to the ground.
I don't know that it's so much the humidity is it is the dry. But when you are that dry, what's your chances of rain? Probably pretty slim.
Very.
Very.
Yes. So you can get solar noise off of an antenna from wind.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's one thing that out here, as soon as I'm done talking the radio, I always disconnect my antenna because if I'm at work and it gets windy, it creates static. And that's another reason why I don't like Antron antennas. Fiberglass antennas will attract more static electricity.
Does it depend on what kind of an antenna you have up like that too?
It does. It actually does. Some antennas, it doesn't pick up the static like this. Mako V5000s don't.
But you're talking the difference of negative and positive antennas.
Well, it's not that. It's the style of the ground plane on the antenna.
I have an Antron, so it's a good topic. It's an opened until it gets hit with power.
Well,
you
this
tried
is
to
a
do-
Starduster. It's a quarter wave
Yeah.
antenna.
Hey, do you think quarter waves are better for shoot and skip than full wave or 5/8?
Oh, 5/8 or full wave, I think, is in a way better because it's got a bigger pattern. But the nice thing about the Starduster is the radials are at a 45-degree angle, so it shoots the signal up at a 45 to the sky, and that's what helps with skip with those. But it still doesn't have the same size wave as a 5/8 wave.
Hmm.
So it's
What's
all
that
about
radio up on the top there?
that's an Astron power supply.
Oh, okay.
Have you guys ever looked up different antennas and their wave patterns?
I have. It is neat as hell.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's a cheaper antenna, but that's made me what when I was just looking for something else to hook up. That's why I ended up getting that tornado antenna.
A stereo.
Yep.
Stereos are good antennas.
I liked it too because it already come with a ground plane on it.
Yeah.
You didn't have to buy nothing extra; it come with it.
Yeah, there was that guy out here that had that 2018 stereo, and that was a talking antenna, man.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've been watching that storm. It's kind of moving northeast. But yeah, so anyway, this is why I always get in the habit. As soon as I'm done with the radio, regardless of the weather, I disconnect it because you never know. Storm can pop up out here out of the blue, and it's happened many times.
Oh, I meant to ask you this. Do you believe in a CB switcher?
You mean an antenna switch?
Or don't do they make a CB switcher like I can have like three CBs hooked to one antenna and just go back and forth?
That's how I got these three set up. So he just took an antenna switch and ran it backwards. So the antenna goes on the one end, and the other three go to the radios.
Okay, because that's how I got an antenna switcher hooked up now. I
Yeah.
meant to ask you if it mattered, but hell, I ain't never seen no difference. So,
No, it don't matter. It's just a switch.
I forgot to switch it over one day and went to get the microphone. I was like, oh, what? I done blowed up my radio and looked over there and it was facing the wrong way.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
I have the MFJs. I've got 3 of the 4s, and they have a neutral switch in them, but I don't trust it. It's got a fuse in it
Hey,
for
Phil, welcome in.
for lightning strikes. I
Yeah,
don't trust them.
it
I
doesn't.
still disconnect.
No, the voltage is so high. It doesn't matter if it blows a fuse that arc across it. There's too much voltage, too much amperage. That's why they don't work.
I was told that they like what you got going on there. That it would work, but it's so fast. The fuse can't pop as fast as the lightning.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the theory on it that I was given.
The smartest and the safest thing to do is just disconnect it. And I don't know if we're going to get that antenna up tomorrow. It's supposed to be 35-mile-an-hour winds.
Well, if you're trying to get it up, you'll definitely wind test it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, but that's a big antenna. That thing's made of some good aluminum.
Yeah, it's 20 pounds, 22 feet long. And that's the problem with the wind is you can't put that pole up in that wind. You can't hold on to it. You're not strong enough. So, no big deal. Rather be safe than sorry. So, but I nulled out some coax for it. Started out at 37 feet and just started clipping it till I got her down to 0. And I'll do the same thing with the jumpers for the amp and the meter and all that stuff. And I don't know if I told you guys, I ordered 2 of those LP meters, an LP 500 and an LP 700.
Yeah. What's the difference?
And the size. They both have the same features, just one's bigger. So I'm going to bring the smaller one home here and the bigger one for the shop. They're
There's
nice.
your Storm J.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here, dude. Let me put you on the big screen. I'm looking at it right here.
So I disconnected everything.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Do you guys do you run
Oh, wow.
power?
Do I want right?
We have these deals we hook up to all our ham radios and even our power supplies, and they regulate the amount of power going, like the 110 whatever one. They regulate that, and if it goes over, they shut down. Um, that's what I have on all my radios, and I don't know if other people do that or not.
You know, why don't you email me and send me a link of what you're using? I'd like to take a look at it.
Yeah, I will, and I'll send you a picture.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Reaper done went in a sleeper.
Yeah, it's called a power conditioner.
Power
Now,
conditioner.
I was seeing how far I wanted to go to that tomorrow.
How far do you think you're going to make it tomorrow, man?
I was debating either Monticello, Utah, or Cortez, Colorado.
Yeah.
Cortez, Colorado. I don't like Monticello. That guy at the scales up. Yeah.
Who do you drive?
Huh?
Who do you drive for?
Custom?
Oh, flatbed.
No. Here, I'll show you. I'll get it. This thing out of the way. Owie.
Hey, Austin, welcome in.
Flip this around.
Oh, okay.
There
Big old
you go.
pneumatic.
Yeah.
What the
And that
hell?
102 whip.
There you go.
Hey.
Oh.
I like my 10
Your
doses.
102s?
10 doses.
I'm
For
waiting
all the
on
Spanish
one more.
folk.
I'm waiting for one more so I can put my dipole together.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
I ordered it and then asked you how much yours were, and there's. I was like, well, shit. Oh well, it's too late.
Hey, BZ, welcome in. Hey, Jay, so here's one for you. So that
Whoops.
G10 mixer, I didn't have to do anything with it. It's plugged in and everything's still sitting where it was when I disconnected it last night.
Well, yeah, but when you start talking through it, usually you got to reset it. I know I got to do mine. What the fuck am I doing here? Hold on.
Oh.
Ask
I
him.
don't know either.
He trying to think he's somewhere else and flip flopping buttons.
I know. The hell?
He's just getting thrown around over here.
There we go. What the hell's going on?
You almost had it. You almost had
Hey,
it.
you almost got it. Oh.
He's used to that other platform.
There we
One
go.
more again.
You know who I haven't seen in tonight is Bart.
Yeah. Well, it's Friday night, bro.
Oh, that's right. Hey, David 619.
He's partying, man.
Mm-hmm.
Fixed it.
There we go. All right, let me grab the screwdriver. Let's test this coax again.
Hey, David, welcome back in.
No, we're good.
Hey, Jeff, welcome in.
All right, guys. Once again, man, thank you guys for all the likes, man. We're up to 1,900 likes. That's pretty dang cool. Thanks for all the gifts. And don't forget to subscribe to the page. Yeah, I was gonna do a video today on tuning an antenna. But it's always so controversial and it starts so much shit.
Like you're afraid of starting shit?
Well, you got to remember every situation is different. Every vehicle is different. So people say, I've done them before, and they're like, I did it exactly what you said, and it didn't work. Well, no shit. You're on a freight liner, not a Peterbilt. I don't know.
Oh,
Well, it's
I
like
always,
that one guy that went in today because I could hear it, and he's like, "Well, I got a truck. I want to do this and magnet." And it's like he was arguing with you because what he wanted, and he wasn't listening.
yeah.
Special.
Yeah.
I heard you tell him 3 times. Well, you don't tune the radio to the antenna. You tune the antenna to the ground plane of the truck.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, well,
And his truck was all
I
aluminum.
the antenna with the blah blah. Like, okay, well, he's not listening.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
overachiever Roy.
Yeah,
Sit there,
he
got
was
the
a sharp
second gift
one
or
for
bad.
sure. He,
I might not have understood what you were trying to tell him either, because
well, this is how it started though. So he comes in and he goes, I need you to do a setup on my truck. So I was thinking semi because that's what I normally work on. And I said, what kind of truck do you have? And he said, a Ford. I think it was a 2025. And I said, is that aluminum body? And he goes, yeah. So can I use this mag mount? And I just looked at him like, are you that fucking, no, really?
Yeah, literally, he said that, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
put a
Well, it won't
back
stick.
rack.
Well, can I still use it? No.
Yeah.
I put
Yeah,
a
he asked
back
if he-
rack on my aluminum truck, and that's how I do it.
Yeah. On your headache rack?
Yes, you've seen those back racks. You know what I'm talking about. But so when we do coax, especially if we got 150, 200 feet runs, we do everything by the foot. You can do it every 12, 24, 36. We do everything. We run it by the 12s. And then when we get to the ends of where we are, we'll spread it out in 6s and clear down to 3 inches. And we usually come in under a 1.5.
So that old 3-foot rule is kind of a wives' tale. The right way to do it is to null it out with an antenna analyzer. Have you ever done that?
Oh, I got all that.
But
when
have you
you're
done
running,
it?
when you're running 200 feet up, you got a 90-foot tower, and you got to run it around the house down into the basement, and it's not hard to get 150, 200 foot of coax.
Sure.
yeah, but a house is different than a vehicle.
Nope.
Oh yeah,
Not really. You got to tune it the same.
yeah. Well,
How
yeah, the
so?
analyzer.
Hey, Tater86, welcome in.
That's
so-
the way to go.
How is a
So
house
If you go to a
different?
shop that's got an analyzer, but that's the way to go. So he's doing it the right way.
Yeah, so what we do is you take a piece of coax, put a PL259 on it or whatever connector you're using, leave the other end open, and then you can hook up your analyzer and you watch the X. So you make the coax longer than what you need, and then you start trimming it slightly, little by little, and you watch that number, and once it gets down to 0, then you put your other connector on, and there you go. Then you null it out. And if you do that with your jumpers, your main line, all that stuff, it'll help a lot with reflected energy coming back. Well, it not only changes with frequency screwdriver, it changes with the velocity factor of the coax that you're using. So, for example, most RG8X like Belden, Procom, 66, or that's about a 74-ish% velocity factor. Most of your jumpers would be around 7.5 feet. If you're running LMR 400 with an 84% velocity factor, you can go even shorter. So it's not. I mean, sure, the frequency is gonna change it a little bit, but it's the velocity factor of the coax. That's what you're tuning.
Jay, what is the velocity in coax?
The resistance,
Okay.
in a nutshell. I mean, that's so you want a coax with a high velocity factor because it's less resistance, more power gets out of the antenna.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Screwdriver, you're running close to 200 foot or more on your towers, aren't you?
On an aircraft carrier, they used to have 1,200 foot runs. But it doesn't matter. You just null it out. You're good to go.
I know on my 57 foot to the bottom of the antenna, I got it's like
350 on
odd
OD.
number.
Screwdriver says 1,400 feet at my camp. Wow.
I'm not worried about that. I just heard someone let a wet fart.
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, it was like,
right in the middle of me saying what I said.
yeah, I was like Ripley's Believe It or Not, man. I was impressed.
I think it was Reaper over there.
Sorry. Good night.
Oh,
I
man.
apologize.
Don't apologize, man. We got to give him a trophy.
Congratulations, well done.
That's right.
There's always
Congratulations, well done.
All right, we
I
got
had
to.
to liven the stream up.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, if someone got the 3D printer, we got to make him a little trophy, a little fart trophy. Well done. No, it's all good, man. We're just messing
Attaboy,
with
Brent.
you.
Attaboy.
We're just messing with you.
I know.
Anyway, I got to go, but good to see you back online here. So,
Yeah, and you can check out the website, and yeah, please email me that
yeah,
that
I
conditioner
will.
you're
That
talking about.
conditioner.
You got my email,
I'll
right?
bet Screwdriver's running a conditioner somewhere in his line for his power.
That's probably
This
not
is
a bad
the-
idea.
This is power in. And I was talking to you when it all went blank last time, if you remember. So
Yes,
glad
sir.
glad to see you're back on. All right, guys. Old people got to go to bed early.
All right,
No,
Doc,
you have a good
73
night, Doc. Thanks for being
You
on here,
bet.
man.
Bye.
Cadillac said, "See you Monday."
Copy
I was
that.
just getting ready to say that.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, Cadillac. We'll see you on Monday, bud. And
Yep.
if you have about
I'll be there with.
yeah, you're going to be there early, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I'll be there Sunday evening.
Yeah,
So.
that's what I thought. Yeah. And Cadillac, about what time will you be in? I'll pencil you in.
That storm is like barely missing your house.
It is,
It's
right?
like, yeah, because I'm zoomed in right about where your house would be without physically pointing it out.
Oh, I don't care. I ain't worried about
We
that.
all got Google. We can find them.
Yeah, it's addresses aren't hard to find.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I'm in Booger Flats between Pickett and Flickett.
There you go.
Actually, hey, did you guys know in, I don't know, the last month and a half, 2 month Google update, okay, or with Google Maps, that your contacts will actually show up the addresses?
No.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah.
know that. Thumper's doing something again. I can hear it.
Yeah, Thumper's, he's getting it on. We're up to 3,700 likes.
Oh, hell, we can. So here's how I can send all my likes. So, by the way, there's a website.
There's the website.
Look at that.
It's not very mobile friendly.
It's supposed to be.
I
It was
logged
set up
on
for mobile, tablet, and PC.
afternoon
if it-
sometime. Leave out on Sunday from Idaho.
If it's not, then I'll have to check that shit.
Yeah, let me pull it up while I'm doing TikTok on there real quick.
Leave
Maybe
out on
someone got-
Sunday from Idaho. Are you down the road from me right now?
Idaho. Oh.
He's a hoe, she's a hoe, Idaho.
Yeah, the wife's about 500 feet away from the house.
I'm sitting in this Idaho right now.
This Idaho.
Okay, hurry up.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't see how he's saying it's not mobile friendly because that's pretty mobile friendly to me.
It must have updated. That looks different from when I was first on it. But I got on it as soon as it went live too.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys so much for all the likes and shares. This is actually a pretty good for a Friday night. Usually Friday nights are pretty dead. Everyone's out and about or something.
Right?
We've been waiting for you to come back.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, man. I really do enjoy doing these. It's a lot of fun.
I enjoyed hosting you for 7 days, 10 days, whatever it was.
Yeah, that was funny. I felt bad about that. 'Cause I
Hey,
know you're
Jeffrey.
busy. Kind of sucks.
I didn't mind it.
Oh, I know, and I appreciate it, CJ. Thanks, man. But this stuff is just getting out of hand.
It's called bullshit. Bullshit. I say bullshit.
It is big bullshit.
Bullshit, my friend. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
It's bullshit.
It's like that little kid on TikTok. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I love that. I love that one skit where they show that enormously huge woman, and she goes, "I can have any man I want," and it switches to that kid. Bullshit.
I love that one.
That or it's just the dots and going.
I think I have that audio downloaded on my computer somewhere.
Give me 1 sec, guys. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
One.
What?
Huh?
Well, he said one.
What?
He ain't back
Who?
yet.
What?
What? What?
Hello. Audio.
What?
No. It's mine.
Yours.
Why?
Mine.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are we there yet?
no.
Yep.
I owe you.
I'm gonna say what?
What?
Who did what?
Ooh.
Who did who?
Where?
What time?
Up?
She's at home.
Down?
Got down, got down, got down.
Up.
Oh, was it
my
really?
Hey, up, left, right, down, right, left. Mike Tyson's punch out. Cheat code.
Well, that's good if it
I-
rains.
I thought that was 2, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No.
R1, L2, L1, R2, up, down, left, right.
There you go.
Did everybody catch that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm still on the up.
ABAC,
Yeah, Screwdriver said, nope, Contra.
8675. Yo,
Okay, we back. So
So there's my country classic radio one that I go on that I can watch like TikTok twice.
You can watch TikTok twice.
Yeah. So on my phone I have the one that I'm live on.
Yeah.
Country classic radio is my second one. So if one goes down, I have another one I can go live on.
They do have serious radio for that.
Yeah, but I don't post on this other one.
Oh,
It's just one that I created.
okay.
hey,
I
so
did it for
CJ, have you thought about putting Starlink on your unit?
I have. I've actually got a hold of the guy in Albuquerque, and he says he can get me the antenna for about $450 that mounts to my vehicle, and everything is in it. The Wi-Fi, everything is in that antenna on the roof. I just have to run power and the small control box that goes in the back of the vehicle.
For Starlink?
Uh-huh.
That doesn't sound
Interesting.
Oh, I'll have to show you. New Mexico State
Yeah,
Police
because
Oh,
has it.
that's a big ass fucking damn weird looking antenna.
okay. Yeah. Because my buddy Lance, he just took the regular dish and bolted it to his roof. Man, it works great.
Yeah, but with ours, with how we do things, especially in wind, everything will fucking damage it. Everything will damage it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So what kind of antenna is this guy trying to tell you that he's trying
Um,
to say?
I'll show you in a minute. I just gotta find the photo.
This is the photo. All
Peanut,
right.
that's a little personal
So it'll be
talking about
here.
his unit. You know what, sir?
You
Peanut,
what?
jump in a box. Just jump in a box here, Peanut.
Oh my gosh, where you at?
Peanut.
All right, now I got to stop for a minute.
Well,
Wow.
welcome, sir.
5,100 likes.
Congratulations.
That is-
well done.
That's why
That
I
is
didn't join
almost-
live. Y'all hear me sitting here tapping.
It's okay. It's that's almost as good as the fart.
Gee, thank you.
Crazy Wally. Hey man,
Wally,
I haven't
welcome
seen
in.
you in here in a long time, dude. How you been, man? Crazy Wally down there. He's a friend of mine. He's been in the shop. He's a cool guy. How you doing tonight, sir? Sir, if you want to join the live, send a request. You're more than welcome to. You don't have to. You can just hang out, whatever you like.
Okay, y'all see that big white dish up there?
Why is it going
That's what
white?
she said.
The one on top of your vehicle?
That's
Doing
not my
great.
vehicle. That's New Mexico State Police.
Oh, okay. So doing great. How about you, Mr. Wally? We're doing awesome, man. Thank you for asking, sir.
Can we go to the big screen here, there, CJ?
Yeah, Jay has to do it because it's his live.
Code 3 Atlanta asked you about XTL radios.
Yeah, I saw that. Give me 1 second there. Thank you for letting me know that. Let's see.
His damn secretary is slacking again.
Yeah, he is.
Secretary over here was trying to look for that photo. Thank you, sir.
And the secretary's wore out from copy and pasting all day.
Hey, that's copy and paste off the computer, sir, not my phone. Tater86, welcome in. You have a couple of those?
No, what the hell? Oh.
There we go.
So that white dish, that's Starlink. That's specifically made for the vehicle. It's just everything else was added on different.
So Code 3 says he's got a couple of those radios. What do you like about them? What do you dislike about them?
He has about 4 in his room.
Jesus.
Hey, Code 3, if you want to get in a box, send a request.
Yeah, if any of you guys want to join, just send us a request. We'll get you in there.
CJ, I don't know what dish you're talking about.
See the white piece on top of the truck? On that black vehicle?
I see a luggage rack. I don't know.
Yeah, it's that little white slit
It's
on
the
that
white
top of the
piece.
luggage rack.
Yeah.
That's Starlink.
That's huge.
Yeah. It takes up the whole top side of the damn thing.
Actually, it only takes half that. They've got 2 of them up there.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
they have 2. So one is used to communicate with Omaha, which is the helicopter, and the other one's for their drones and live SWAT situations.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, Wally says, man, that microphone or whatever you're talking on sounds loud and clear. Thanks, Wally. Yeah, this is the G10 mixer. I've got it. If you go to my showcase, I got them in there. They're like $83, I think. But man, they are really, really good for doing all these lives and stuff. I like them.
I can show mine right now because it's like right next to where I'm at.
There you go, Wally. That's what it looks like. And then I got the Beaver Boom for the mic. And yeah, that's a pretty cool little setup.
Yeah, they're nice. And what I'm on, I'm actually on a gamer headset.
Wally.
Yeah, the headset that I got, I just bought off Amazon for like $39. Yeah, I could do that, Wally. Or if you go
Yeah,
to
because here's
my
the headset.
go to my showcase, Wally, and then when you scroll through my showcase, you'll see the mixer in there. You can buy it right off my showcase. And here, I'll show you. I'll show you. Excuse me, my setup.
Shit Talker 3.0. Nice.
So that's the mixer, and I got my little tablet here, and got the boom mic.
Got that boom.
Got that boom, boom, boom.
Crazy Wally says, no problem, got it.
There's a guy about 10 miles out asking if there was still parking here at this love. I was like, I'm
No.
sorry, you're where? I was
Hey,
like, oh, I'm
Jeremy,
about
welcome
10
in.
miles from it. I was like, well, you better speed it up. I see about 3 spots.
Should have told him too.
Yeah, thanks, Wally. Thank you for your cooperation. I got so much going on, especially tonight. We had some stuff go down, so I got a lot on my mind, and I don't know if I'll remember to PM you. No, I stopped. Code 3, the Motorola's, Midlands, all those, even ICOM, they've gone downhill in quality a lot. They're just living off the coattails of their name. If you go to my website, thundervalleycb.com, you can see what we carry right there.
Code 3, if you take and check your box there and go click on it, there's a little microphone in the top right hand corner. If you click on it, then you can talk to us right through here.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Wally. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. We had a guy on here last night that he said he's had a couple different mixers and soundboards, and he said by far this has the best sounding board in it. And I agree with him. They're nice. You can do all sorts of stuff. Watch this. You can even change your voice. Hey, baby.
Go to a female voice.
Oh.
Or you go to a baby.
But yeah, this thing has a lot of stuff in it, man. It's got all different sounds, and you can program different sounds and music into it. It's got an auto tuner. It's got everything.
It's got a lot.
See? So for, $83 or whatever it is, it's hard to beat.
Hey, Code 3, so do you have the P5400?
I think a 99 used to have the voice changer in it. I'd love to play with that.
Yeah, the 94 Big Rig does too.
And I think you can change the pitch on it.
All right, Code 3, go ahead and talk, man.
The world is waiting on you.
I don't. Yeah,
Nah,
it's kind
you
of.
probably didn't have good internet.
I don't know, man. I just got.
Yeah, he got kicked out. He's back in now.
Yeah, it was giving him 1 bar when he first joined. He probably didn't have that great a service.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there he is. And all right, and he's back in.
Oh, there he's back.
All right, Code 3, try it again.
Click your little icon, find the microphone, and turn it on.
Good evening.
There you go.
Hello. We heard it once. Yeah, I think his audio might be down. Or not good service.
Yeah, or get closer to your phone when you talk.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, there you go. Speak up.
Starting to hear it.
What happened?
Yeah, we're starting to hear you now.
Yeah. My iPhone doesn't have the best microphone.
Yeah, it's all good.
That's all you do is just talk a little closer to the phone, and you'll be good.
Yeah. Let me send my code plug. Muted.
So, Code 3, as I was asking earlier, do you have the P5400 series?
Never heard of that.
So, P54 is made by Harris Communications. And
Oh,
that's P54.
I have an XL radio from hers. It's figure out if I have a problem with the radio here.
So how long you been in a radio?
Let's see. Maybe 1 year.
Oh, about a year. That's cool.
Everybody's got to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Started out with a little Bofing radio. And I got a APX radio.
229, you're making a lot of noise.
Sorry.
Yeah, Code 3, speak up.
What was that?
I said, Code 3, go ahead, speak up.
Yeah, get closer to your phone. Your audio is real low.
Oh yeah. But started out with a little Bofing radio.
Nice.
Now I'm all the big money radios now. So.
Well, be careful with big money radios. Not all of them are good. Like I was saying earlier, a lot of them are living off their old coattails, man. 25, 30 years ago, those radio like Motorola used to be really good. They're not. They're just not.
Yeah, when I bought the base station from the sky, a couple days
Yeah.
after the mic connector broke, and when you plug in the mic, it automatically transmits. So I had to change up the radio. But my other radio friend and I have to.
Huh.
Let's see, I'm curious. Let me pull up my. So, Jay, my Kenwoods that we use, they're all made in Malaysia.
Yeah, Malaysian stuff's good.
Yeah.
Kenwood, the old version.
Yeah. Because mine's the NX1200 DV, so mine's the digital version. And that's my Kenwood.
Yeah, that's why I like the Wuxins, man. They're with the Kenwood boards in them. They really talk good.
Oh yeah, they do.
So
'Cause
Reaper. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So today, all of my crew, so my lead, my driver, me, my chase, we were all running off they were running off my Kenwoods. I was using the Wooson. And they're like, dude, are you on a Kenwood? I said, no. I said, I'm on a Wooson. And they're like, dude, that is clear.
Yep. It's super heterodyne chip. That's why.
Mhm.
Look that up, Code 3. Super heterodyne chip. Read about that. So Reaper, I'm on my tablet right now on the website, and it looks fine. So I'll have to check it out on my phone. I don't know.
It might have been when it first went live because it was a lot of it was jumbled up and I couldn't filter anything.
Yeah, interesting.
A jumbo. What was that?
Super heterodyne chip.
Super heterodyne.
Drying stick.
It's actually a chipset. It's a super heterodyne chipset. So, yeah, read about that. And that has a huge, huge factor in the way the radio transmits and receives. So it keeps the radio cleaner when you transmit. When I put them on spectrum analyzers, like a lot of the radios you're talking about, they're real dirty. They'll key up on multiple frequencies, even though you're only on one. And any radio that has that super het chip in it, they're pretty dang clean, man. You'll see one spike on the spectrum analyzer and maybe just a couple of little bitty ones on the very bottom, but nothing to even worry about. My CB doesn't have that.
I wish mine did.
SDR. Yeah, I'm trying to make a repeater out of 2 SDR. But I can't figure out how to do it.
Yeah, with the Wuxen radios that we sell at the shop, you can make a repeater out of 2 handhelds, or you can make a bass repeater out of the 2 mobiles, the 980 Papas. And they're a 50-watt radio, and they work really well.
Yeah, I have about a mediocre size antenna for my radio.
Yeah.
Hey, Ike. What's up, guys? Fun night here. Bad storm and no power. Sitting on the porch in the dark. Where's that at? And Jason goes, RCI X9 HP.
Yeah, that's a nice radio.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you better,
like
you better
Ranger.
run it dedicated power line though. That thing pulls some amps.
Texas.
You talking about the X9?
Yeah, the X9 HP specifically.
Oh yeah, I got one.
The 99N4, that pulls some amps.
Yeah, well, you're talking 250 versus double that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 2-pill to a 4-pill.
Yeah.
Hey, does this mean I got too many radios?
There's no such thing. The hell you
There,
say?
no.
No.
This is my storage compartment.
Nice.
There's no such thing as too many radios.
Hold on.
How many radios do you have?
69 VHP. Nice.
He's in Texas, DJ.
That's what I'm looking for.
Right there.
So,
He's-
Code, what's your first name?
Carl.
Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Welcome in, Carl.
I have a Ranger 69 VHP. Nice.
So, Carl, I'm glad you're in here. You're a young man learning about radios, and this is stuff that we really enjoy doing is helping people. So, I'm gonna give you some help right now. 90% of your radio's performance is your antenna, young man. So, the longer the whip and the better it tunes up, the bigger radiation pattern you're going to have off that whip, and the further you're going to talk and hear.
Yeah, I'm trying to get outside my backyard.
I can barely hear you, Carl.
I'm trying to put a pole in my backyard and then put my antennas on there for my mobile radios.
Perfect.
Get out there.
Yeah, there you go, man.
I live in a big suburban area and a wooded area.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to make it out there.
that's cool, man. Jason said
Jason?
he rolled through New Mexico yesterday, leaving out of Cali. Roger that. That's cool, man.
Hey, so Ike, we're in Texas.
Oh,
are you?
yeah.
I'm in East Texas, close to, well, I would say close to Houston, but I'm just north of Houston, though.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, we had a bad storm today. I bet it rained 4 or 5 inches all day and the wind blowing. And now they called about 2 hours ago, called the fire department out, said a tree fell, took down the power line. And so we're going to be out of electricity for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, there's rotation down by Galveston Island.
Generac.
I wish I was there right now instead of sitting here in the dark.
Sometimes sitting in the dark is nice.
Sometimes,
Hey,
yeah.
that antenna you said that you got, that new ground plane looking antenna?
The Colossal?
Yeah.
Yes,
About
sir.
how much is that thing?
With shipping, about $580.
Okay, this guy down in Livingston, Texas, he bought one, got it, decided he didn't like it, gonna go a different direction. He's wanting $500 for it, and I thought, man, that sounds high for a little antenna, but it's one just like the one you had you got in the mail, and I was like, man, that's that new antenna. But he said he wanted $500 for it.
I'd take it. So the antenna's $480, and with shipping, you're about $580. So it's
Yeah,
it's a
that's
big
what
it's a big box, and it's 20 pounds. And if
Dang.
you look on my website, you can look it up right there.
You guys
Yeah, I seen it when you took it out of the box. Man, I'm like, that Mako I got ain't nothing to it. I'd hold that thing with one hand, but that one you got when you pulled it out of the box, I don't think you can just hold the bottom section by one hand, heavy as it looks.
Man, I'll tell you what, I was impressed. That bottom section where the pole goes in is a 1/4 inch thick.
Yeah, that one at Mako is just like real thin stuff. I
They
got it
are.
mounted on my tire, got it on hinged over, got it all put together. I went in and hooked the coax to it. It's about halfway up, but I got it leaned against something and checked my SWRs and they're almost flat. So now it's been bad weather all this week and I ain't even had the chance to get it up yet though.
Yeah, I know. We're going to try to put mine up tomorrow, but we're supposed to have 35-mile-an-hour winds, so I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Would you guys?
That's what we had all day, all week this week. Rain, and high winds and lightning. And I got all my stuff unplugged in there and just took this. I just undid everything because all the lightning we had around here today and last couple days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, hold on 1 minute. Code 3 is trying to say something, and then I'll get to the comments.
What's up, Carl?
Oh, I was asking what you get. What kind of? I want to show you guys what my antenna is. Give me a second.
Okay.
Go for it.
So real quick, while he's doing that, Jason goes, he was on time restraint. Only reason he didn't stop by, and then he runs west often. That he'll be back through soon.
Copy that, man. Yeah, man. Just stop in and say hi. You don't have to buy nothing, dude. Just come in and say hi.
Stop buying bullshit.
This is my last trip out west for a while, unfortunately.
Is it really?
Yeah, I got to set up at one of our new dedicated contracts. It's going to be coming out of a rail yard there in Birmingham, going down to McCalla.
Yeah.
They want somebody that is experienced and can actually do it to start the account.
Sure.
Carl, that looks pretty good there, buddy.
Yeah, he's got a dual coil on that antenna.
Oh, Jason, yeah, I remember that. That's cool, man. I appreciate it.
You know, I was asking you about my on that fire stick I put on my Jeep that you could put the spring on it, turn it on. You can't. My neighbor's not 2 miles from it. And I could barely hear him the other night. He said he could barely hear me on it. I got home. He told me fold it over and look at it. I folded it over. I bought it off of Amazon. I folded it over. It's not even a wire inside of it, just a spring.
Yeah, you don't use spring. The only antennas use springs on a 1 or 2 whips.
Yep.
You
And I took it off, and that sucker picks up like everything now.
Yep. Yeah, when you put a spring on it, depending on the spring, you just added 4 to 6 inches to the wavelength of the antenna, so it's not tuned to the 27 megahertz frequency.
And I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, but now, though, you go down the road and that thing wants to do donuts with you, going around and around it. I tightened it up, went to town, came back, and it was about to fall off. It done sat there and making circles, and unscrews itself.
You got to put tassels on it, man.
I might do something. Put me some guidelines on it or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Then I'm sitting out here on the porch and it's pitch black. I live out in the country, and I looked up. I kept seeing something.
Hey, Blam, want to get into a box?
I haven't seen lightning bugs in forever. And the whole yard is just little green lightning bugs flashing everywhere, and I can't believe it. I hadn't seen them in years.
That's why I say, man, sometimes it's nice when the power goes out because it brings you back down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cool.
Getting a little chilly after all this rain, though. I might go in and put me something on side shorts.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. There's Todd.
What are you guys
I
doing,
see
man?
somebody's got that storm brought up.
Yeah, that's CJ. And we're doing good, Todd. How are you tonight, man?
All right.
Copy that.
Good. Did a final exam and only missed 4, but that's good.
Sweet.
Hey, good job.
But I just, I got still 3 more weeks to 26.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. You're going to ace it, dude. We got faith in you.
Yeah.
So, Todd, you missed it.
It's going to be in me if I don't pass this, so.
Listen,
So you missed it.
You only got 4 wrong. Go take the test.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it's been like since November. I went 2 times already and missed 17, and then the second time I went, I missed 16. So I improved.
Hey Todd, I guarantee you one thing: we will see you to the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Was this the
That's
beginning or?
right. Yeah, you
We've
missed it
only
earlier,
just
Todd.
begun.
Go ahead, Reaper.
No, I was saying we've only just begun.
We've only just begun. Okay, it's enough of that shit.
Yeah. Hey, Jason goes, you don't think I could run 250 watts and 25 fused up top and on bottom coax to the battery? Or coax to the battery?
Huh?
Well, we ain't gonna run coax to the battery, but
That,
on a 2025 truck running 250 watts, you're pushing it because it's gonna mess with the computers in the truck. So that's gonna be a thing where you're gonna have to say, well, we can experiment, and see if it works, and just poke and hope.
Cody's back.
All right.
Better, you guys want to watch me put a code plug on my radio?
Sure.
Alright, let me turn on my camera.
Yeah, what kind of radio is it?
XTL. It's a Motorola XTL 2500.
Okay.
Doesn't matter where you got fuses. It has nothing to do with the power, Jason. It has to do with the amount of RF coming out of that amp.
Is it already a code plug that you designed, or is it
Somebody did it for me.
someone did it for you, for your area, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang it, my lights came back on here. I must go turn the porch light off now. I kind of like it out here in the dark.
I bet.
I got me a big cigar, so I can't go in the house. So I just went and turned the porch light off and just sit here in the dark a little longer.
Yeah, reminds you of that you're at the stripper bar when you have the lights off.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. God, I haven't seen one of those
What
Motorola's
kind
in a
of truck is
while.
it, Jason?
What kind of it's a DMR Motorola?
Did you say?
What kind of DMR radio was it again?
Oh, it's not DMR. It's Astra P25.
Oh, okay.
Here, I need to go.
Yeah, it's the original XTS 2500 series. It's before they went to the APX models.
Yeah, so Todd, you missed it earlier when we first got on here. I got my coax disconnected and it was sitting there arcing. We got a little storm coming through.
No, really? It was.
Dang.
Oh, yeah, you could hear it, dude. I mean, it was going crack. You could hear it over the live. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh man, I thought that you were supposed to do a ground to your ground to the panel of the facility that you're at, not your disconnect your coax. See, FCC is wrong. That's one of the tests that says in a lightning storm, make sure you're grounded to your insulated to the wires in your paneling of your home or your building or whatever. And I'm like, that's fault. That has no. I always disconnected my antenna when I had bad weather.
And that's kind of what we were talking about is when you're done using your base, regardless of the weather, disconnect it because you don't know what's going to roll through. And if you're not home, there you go.
Yeah, all those finals or, I never always had it disconnected.
Yeah, it'll usually not only smoke the finals, but it'll zap the voltage regulator. And I had a radio where the regulator soldered to the board, it melted the board.
Well, wouldn't that mess up your Doshi or whatever meters you're running as well?
No, it hasn't messed the meters up, but it's popped the key up chip in the amp.
Yeah.
And it's smoked a few boards.
Screwdriver. Yeah. When the lightning is near, I turn my power up.
That's right. Yeah. Is this a challenge? I challenge you to a duel.
You fight fire with fire.
Yes. Fight fire with fire. Put fire in the wire.
I done had that happen.
Yeah, those the Astro 25 XTL 2500 are the first of the P25 before they went P25 phase 2, and they've actually discontinued those radios.
Oh yeah, I have a APX right here.
Which model?
1.5.
Is it the APX 6000 or 7000?
6,000. My friend has it's a 6,000. My friend has the 8,000, and then my dad also has the 8,000. He's a firefighter.
Nice. Yeah, those are expensive radios. Those are anywhere between $6 to $8 per radio.
Oh yes. Hold on. I will be right back.
Hey,
No problem.
Captain James, welcome in.
Captain James, what's
I
up,
would let you
dude?
in a box, but I don't have one available.
That is
Well,
what
listen, you're going to have one available because I'm going to cut and run tonight, guys.
All right, Roy. Well, you have a good night. 73.
Have a
I'll
good
call you
night,
tomorrow.
Ray.
73, boys. Enjoy.
I'm gonna get my ass in trouble.
I love it. Do it. Do it very slowly.
Bad. You guys weren't here the other day when she went and got her pedicure done. I could have gave you the full effect of it. You'd be,
hey babe, can you run down to the store real quick? Get me some coffee.
She has that night vision. That's not gonna work.
All right, Captain James, I got you in a box.
Hi, Captain James.
Don't be scared, Todd. You'll
Captain
never see
James.
it coming anyway.
I heard of him. I watch a lot of his videos there, or listen, not watch. I'm sorry.
Code 3 is one of my good friends.
You hear me, Todd?
Yeah.
I said,
Oh, no.
don't be scared. You'll never see her coming anyway.
Yeah, right.
That's right. All of a sudden, you just see stars.
No, but I know what the sound of a chancla is when it's getting thrown through the bedroom. I'm sure you guys.
It has
know
a specific sound.
I
Yeah,
take
the
it he's
chancla.
tested this before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the chancla.
It's weird. I never hear it. I always feel it.
Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
Because he's blind, his other senses are in height, so his hearing is great.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he hears.
Yeah,
He ducks.
Captain James, I think when you were live, I think I did try to do some comments to you one time, but you probably saw me keep trying to invite myself. I know how some people are like, well, I don't know you.
Yeah.
And when I try to say something in the chat, I always hit the to bring me up, raising my hand or whatever you guys call it over here, but
Guest
sometimes
request.
I'll get the chat and a comment will come through, and then when you answer me, then I'm trying. Okay, the guy wants to come up, then I usually get removed from some lives like that. But
Yeah,
I was
so-
originally on. Yeah,
just
so I,
just so everyone knows, he's vision impaired. He had a surgery that went bad, and he's been blind since what, 2017?
yeah, I just started getting bad like right after COVID, where I had
Wow.
Yeah.
can't really see.
So yeah,
Yeah, absolutely, Jay. That's it.
yeah. So
I can take all the jokes, whatever you throw at me, I'll just laugh it off.
Captain James.
Sarah, welcome in.
You ain't gonna see it if we throw it at you.
Yeah. When I
Hey,
jack
that-
my AM handle and
Yo, look at
151,
this.
I'll probably go by. When
All
I
right,
get
so
back
cool.
on the AM.
So Carl, what do you got going on there, buddy?
So,
That-
so right here, I have a XCS right here.
Yeah,
And this is my bass unit here.
nice.
Hey,
What is that?
box.
And what does that
box
do?
on Peanut, what is that?
So the XTL radio that he's got there in his shot or is either going to be VHF, UHF, 7 or 800 meg, and I believe on that model it was either a single or dual band.
Oh,
They didn't
okay.
start the tri and quad
All
bands
right.
until they came out with the 7000 and 8000 series.
Oh,
Copy
got you.
that.
Okay.
So Captain, what are you up to there, man?
I just reflashed my DMR hotspot. So
Mhm.
I've got my DMR radio, then my
Nice.
Motorola.
Motorola
All right.
CB200.
Mm-hmm.
The hot
I got
spots.
an APX 4000. Just isn't here yet.
Is it a 800 radio?
It's a UHF R1, so ham band. Let me find a photo of it.
Yo,
Real quick, let me grab the comments real quick. So,
Go ahead.
Reaper asked Jason if you can run a dedicated
That one.
power wire and ground with the fuse up to the radio, and then also, but if you run full tilt, it could cause problems with the digital dash. Hey, Matt,
Yeah,
welcome in.
yeah. It's not a power wire issue. Yes, you got to run power wires to the battery, but
80s.
that radio puts out so much power, so much RFs coming out of the antenna. When the computers sense that RF, it doesn't know what it is. So the computers, all the PCMs and ECMs in the truck, go into what's called limp mode, and they restart sometimes. So you're trucking down a road 80 miles an hour, and you key the mic, and all of a sudden, poof, your truck shuts off. Have you heard of Harold Ranch? No, I have not.
Saw some
Run
ugly
halfway.
lot lizards come by and it went into limp mode.
That's right.
Chris.
We got a popsicle.
I think that was my favorite episode of Star Wars.
Right. Everything will go black. LOL.
You're right. Sometimes it does, Jason. So sometimes it does weird shit. Like we had a guy that he'd key up the mic and it would kick off his cruise control and all of his gauges would go full tilt back and forth. And yeah, it just did some wonky stuff.
Yeah, there's a good comment. Don't forget there's kids on here.
That RF
Yeah.
will do it, man. It'll change your street lights signal
Oh, yeah.
because of those relays that are in the signal
Coax
lights.
recommendations. Well, that's kind of a vague question. Is
Or
this
can
for a
it move?
base? Is this for a mobile? Is it a bone stock radio? Does it have power behind it? What kind of antenna are you running? We'll start there.
Yeah.
That's like 50
Reaper.
questions at one time.
Reaper, yeah, halfway on the X9 HP is plenty of power. Just properly tune the antenna.
Yep. He's 100% right.
Well, I'm getting attacked by the coons now. I was sitting here and the cat went crazy and I looked to turn my flashlight on. There's a big old coon standing on the porch trying to eat his food. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, coons. Oh,
What's a
shit.
safe wattage at highest? I have no idea. You got to experiment, Jason. It's something that you just don't know because every truck is different.
Just blow
Turn
it
it
up.
up, key it up. When you key it up and your dash goes black, back it off.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
someone
right.
said something that the comments didn't like.
Spend money.
Or your truck goes to skipping.
Captain James,
Yeah, Cuthbert?
Hey,
do you know what Moto Bridge is?
Well, what bridge?
Moto Bridge.
No, I do not.
Go to anomalous alligator. I think you know what MCC 7500 is, right? I'm hoping.
I don't.
Like, it's like the dispatching software, and you get Moto Bridge. It's like the same.
Is it like a dispatch console?
It's not a dispatch console. It's like a IP mixed with like a CP200 and all frequency Tetra DMR P25 LTE.
Yeah.
You
Are you
put on-
saying like a digital crossover?
Something like that.
Tetra to analog?
Also, look at those.
Well, I'm able to do what is it? DMR to YSF and
Now, is that on your hotspot when you're doing that, King?
yeah. I've got it. I had to rewrite the whole thing. I can do DMR to YSF and NXDN.
Right.
All right, guys. You guys want to check out a cool radio? See that bag on top of that amp? Watch this.
Wait, is that a Harris?
So that's got an antenna relocation kit on it. See the antenna right there?
Yeah.
nice little
See that,
Nagoya.
Todd?
Yeah, I'm with
And
you.
then on the front of the radio bag, I got the radio
Bag.
holder.
Dang.
There's the radio,
RTO listening.
and there's the mic.
What? So that's like a man purse CB or?
Yes.
Hey, Vic, welcome in.
It's camouflaged.
Yeah.
So
Jason
what's
goes-
nice about these antenna relocation kits, on my plate carrier, I got that antenna on the top left corner of my shoulder. I got the radio down on my belt, and then I have an earbud in my ear with a lapel mic, so no one can hear the radio transmissions.
On your piece?
No,
Sneaky.
Captain
Yeah.
James. Captain James.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's about to go out with my other radio, and it works. So
Did not hear you for half of that.
my dad has
Wow.
my radio, so He's gonna drive to Kroger, which is a mile away. We're gonna see if it works.
Okay.
There you
I'm
go.
scanning on CB right now.
Also,
Hey, CJ, what do you see on the radar at my place? You see anything else?
Yeah, we can check that out real quick.
Radar.
My radar looks a little better. I just
When
checked the coax. No arcing. That's a good sign.
all the weather. Hey, Captain James, on that Bofane radio, can you change the emergency thing when you key down?
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty much all disappeared from you.
Ow! Okay.
I think you just got RF burn.
That was the question I was trying to ask you the other day when I.
What? Sorry, what did you say about this
When-
Baofeng?
When you would key down and you would show it on the what's that website where it shows where you're transmitting and your call sign, and on the Bofane it just shows
This one, Hoseline, Brainmeister? Or...
yeah, it just showed emergency. It wouldn't do your
Yeah,
call
it's when you were
sign.
keying up, it was showing the MDC.
Yeah. As you can't
Todd.
change that, can you?
STR, my STR.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Right. Brandmeister. That's what I was trying to remember the other night, Todd.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got that down. You know.
Hey,
Okay.
real quick, in the comments, Jason goes, with the radio I have now, my lights inside my tractor flicker when I key up.
Well, that could be an antenna not tuned correctly. That could be a bad coax leaking RF. Or that could be a bad power connection where you got the CB tapped into for power. So that could be multiple things.
Going tonight.
Uh-oh.
That a chipmunk?
That's Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
Yeah, Chewbacca just had a baby.
Hey, Squirrely, welcome in.
Hey, all that pink, that snow.
What's
Is
that?
all that pink snow?
No, that's fire warning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was like, man, y'all got snow up there still?
Yeah,
Dang.
red flag warning. Well, higher elevations
Yeah.
like Los Alamos is getting snow.
Oh.
I drove through Mix coming through Cabbage this morning.
Okay, I got it pulled up.
Cabbage.
Got it pulled up.
The MDC thing. Let me start it. There we go. Click messages. Okay. So in my oops. So when I key up, it says unit 459. It's hard to see because I'm so small.
Captain James.
But yeah.
Wait, so how does SDR trunk work?
Well, it has multiple trunking systems. So
Right.
it has AM, DMR, LTR, MBFM, P25, phase 1 and 2. I have it on MBFM with MDC decoding.
So how would this I'm talking about is it a hotspot? Can you connect to any radio?
Yeah, it's with this. An RTL SDR. Software defined radio. And I've got it hooked up to a little antenna over there.
That's like the hotspots for like being off the grid for such you're too far away from the repeater, right? Is that what that is? It goes through the internet.
Hotspots have batteries. This is my hotspot right here. So if I key up here, you'll see that light there. I just keyed up on the Say Bridge, but
Right. Interesting. So it says emergency only on the Bofane, right? When you key up, it's not going to have your call sign and
when I
ID.
key up with the, let me go grab it.
So can you change that?
Yeah, turn off your radio identifier.
So when you go under here, it's I don't know what this keeps receiving. Under Roger, right there, it has beep and it has this tone 1200 TO 1200, and when you do that, ow! Okay, squelch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got that blue parrot headset on,
That's
man.
it.
And that's just blowing my eardrum out. But
Yeah, this is what it sounds like.
Well, I know, but does it?
Hey, RP,
Can you?
welcome in.
I understand that, but can you change? It says emergency use only. It doesn't show your call sign or ID.
Yeah, you can't configure the
Okay,
ID.
give me a
The
minute.
only ID out of the 2 fake ones I tested was on the real Motorola, and I have it to 459, which is
Yeah,
just
I remember that. I remember listening to you when you were doing that, but on the Bofane, there's no way of changing that. It's always going to show emergency when you're keying down.
Yeah, there's no way. It's intended to be a Roger channel. Okay, that is like propagation or something, because
All right.
um, it just showed up as some random ID.
All right.
Maybe
It just says emergency. 'Cause that was
yeah,
in your
maybe
that was
if
in your
you
video.
could. Well, yeah, it was said emergency ident.
Right.
Maybe if you configure that, it might do something. The ANI ID, but still.
ANI code. Confirm. ANI code.
Can't even change it without programming it. But
Okay, I got it.
that's
All
for
right.
DTMF.
Yeah, I'm just asking for a friend. That's all.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
I remember right on
it's-
the Bayo things, and I could be wrong too, the MDC or their version of MDC only works with their radios back and forth, so it won't pick up the MDC if I remember correctly. Because I know my Kenwoods, my 1200s have MDC active and Fleet Sync, and if it
Oh.
on mine it just shows up as a 911-1.
What does it
on my
sound like
Kenwood.
this? Here.
Yeah.
That's MDC
Yeah.
1200.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's what it sounds like, but on mine on my Kenwoods, even on the DMR, it comes up as a 911-1. So I'm not sure they can be changed in the DMR or in the Bayo thing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
the fake one sounds a lot different.
Yeah, because on ours we're either running Fleet Sync depending on the channel, or we're running MDC 1200.
So it's a different.
I'm running 1200.
Different. Okay. All right. Interesting. It's like
I
a
also
game.
have a quick call running.
It's like a game of chess, right? You gotta. No, you
If I
can't.
if I turned it on, quick call enabled, so I get page
Can't move
video.
your pawn there, but you can. No, we don't want to move that one. All right. I get
So
it.
that was the pager.
Yeah, that was
I
blowing
don't
out
miss
my
that sound. I really don't miss that sound.
blowing out my air drum.
The fire tones.
Yep. Again, I don't miss those tones.
Okay. Well, that's
No, I'm requesting requesting to join. You're more than happy. Just go ahead and click a box and send us an invite, and you're more than welcome to
Oh,
come
we
in.
know.
I don't miss
I make
those
contact.
tones either, CJ.
I
Don't miss them at all.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what those tones are because I'm just now getting into it. So
So those tones
It's-
are designed for fire departments for each individual station if it's like a rural volunteer. So like
Oh, okay.
District 1 will have one set of tones, District 2 or however that's set up. So when dispatch on their KDT sends out the tone, they know which department and which station they're going to.
Okay.
And you would get
Okay.
something like that.
Okay,
Can you
I
guys
got.
hear me? I've never actually joined a TikTok live before.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
fine.
we hear you fine.
I had one
Okay.
that was like it's the wife saw there's someone at the back door. It sounded like the doorbell. One of the tones. I think that was my fire on my scanner.
Actually,
Yeah.
Captain James, you're over here talking about quick call. Let me see here. Let me find this thing.
Yeah, I have a 2-tone quick call, but I
I
have.
have. It came off of some tornado siren somewhere in Tennessee. Let's see here. What is this?
Well, on my CB200, I have 2 channels on the same frequency. They just have different. Oh, one has a different talk permit tone, but.
Okay, so this
one's a
this is made by Vitronics. It's essentially. Let me turn on my camera.
Okay, so just real quick, guys, because those tones are really, really loud over the speakers. If you're going to do the tones, let us know or move the radio away from the mic because it's really loud, especially for Todd, Reaper, and myself. Those of us wearing headphones. it gets really, really loud. So if you're going to do tones and stuff, just make sure it's far enough away from the phone if you don't mind.
Yeah, I got that.
It looks like
Eric.
I'm only able to do live audio only. It won't let me do video unless you enable it.
I think you have to have a certain amount of followers. You
Yeah.
have to have enough followers to go live.
Okay.
You have to enable your video on your end.
Yeah, we
Well, I
don't
don't
have that.
know
I don't
much
have that
about
control.
this thing, Captain James. Maybe you can figure it out. It's a modified unit and scanner that has a two-tone decoder in it that a fire department had hooked up to their house siren.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. We
It's
used to have those in ours.
It's a V-Tronics. It's got a unit and scanner body in it, but it's got a relay board and then a tone decoder in it.
Okay, so I can actually tell you what that is because we had them in our station. So when the dispatch would send out the two-tone.
Oh, I know what it is. It's just I haven't been able. This is.
Are you
I
like
have the
trying to
programming
activate it?
cable.
Are you trying to find what their tone is?
So I was able to. I have the programming cable for the tone board. I was able to get that programmed correctly, but this scanner, the actual radio board itself, I don't have the proper. So this is an older version of this thing that they don't no longer support. So I
Software is probably outdated.
It's not.
Probably.
Well, it's not the software. It's the. It's kind of janky the way they have this set up. They have a.
CJ, I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's the front panel of a radio that you plug in with a ribbon cable to program it.
Right.
And the ribbon cable they send me is the wrong one, and as it turns out, this board is old enough to require a different version that is no longer made. So I don't know what radio frequency this is programmed to, whether it's VHF, UHF.
So let me ask you this on
You said
that
it's
one.
only scanning?
I mean, I can program the tones that it, trips on, but I don't know what radio frequency it's programmed to.
Okay, so.
Oh, because if it transmits, there's a way you can get the frequency it's on. But
no,
here,
it's
see if there's no
receivable.
way. Yeah, there's no way to then without cable.
So
unless
where
there's a way to
no, where you live, do you know if that came from one of your local fire departments or?
So no, all of our local fire departments are all P25, 700 megahertz. So
Okay,
this came from, I believe, Giles County, Tennessee. I couldn't tell you. I bought it off of eBay a while ago.
Okay. So
I don't know if it's VHF or UHF.
most fire departments on that side of the country are VHF.
Well, some still may be not.
Crazy.
Like I7YTO in USA
Yeah,
Bridge.
we'll do that eventually.
All right.
So for Giles County, they're 154.07, depending on where. 154.19, 154.1375.
Yeah, I don't have 12 volts. I can't plug it in right now. It's kind of a side project type of deal.
So there'll be a VHF system, like I said, most likely, because they're a volunteer fire out there. So you're looking VHF frequencies.
Yeah, it's a neighboring county, but I don't know if it was specifically that county that it came from.
Crazy.
I got the bell phone, whatever you call it, and I got 3 of them. I can program them where I can talk to each radio, but I can't pick up none of the fire departments. I can't pick up nothing like they said. But I found all of our stuff around here is all digital, and you can't hardly pick nothing up on my icon. I can pick everything up on it, but on them other radios, I can't pick up none. I can punch them in. I can't pick up nothing on them. Everything digital.
What kind of digital is it? Is it DMR, P25?
Yeah, DMR.
Oh, P25.
It's all everything. The police department, fire departments, everything's going to digital. I can go to Dix County, and they're analog, and then I can pick theirs up.
Yeah, so depending on the county, they could either be digital P25 phase 1 or P25 phase 2. And if they're if they're encrypted, you're not going to pick them up at all, even with the best type of scanner. Yes, it can be broken, but you're looking at 128-bit encryption. and
Yeah.
depending
Yeah,
on how they have it
AES
set up,
128 is kind of hard. I mean, you can do it. You can figure out the encryption key with AES 128, but it's a pain in the ass, honestly.
Yeah, does sound like a pain in the ass.
it is.
You said your county uses DMR, or does it use P25?
Yeah, it's in Texas here, little town. They went DPS went to that encrypted stuff, and you can't hardly pick them up at all. I mean,
Yeah,
I
they're
can,
good. Yeah, they're going to be. I know
It might be like
DPS
my
is-
situation here. So I live in Alabama, and the entire state of Alabama has a statewide 700 megahertz P25 system, which the state wants everyone to go to, so that if somebody has to go to another person's county, the radios will work regardless of whether or not the car is from the person's county.
Yep.
But everything here is. So I live in a county that's all P25. The counties around us, some of the police departments are DMR, but most of them are all VHF analog still.
Yeah.
But we have 700 megahertz P25 phase 2.
Yeah. So like in New Mexico, where I'm from, the state of New Mexico is on the DTMR. So they're full P25 phase 2, 700 megahertz. Well, the problem that New Mexico is running into, even though we're a fairly small state, is putting up repeaters because the way our geographical locations are. And the more they put up, the more licensing. Each one of those repeater sites is about 1.7 million per site. They still have 600 sites that have to go up. Each agency is paying anywhere between $274 million to $1 billion, depending on the size of the agency. Because what they do is the agencies...
New Mexico is all flatland, isn't it?
No, it's not. Contrary to popular belief, we have mountains, we have desert.
Yeah, we have mountains
everything.
galore here, so we could get away with it. It's
The
not.
mountain
It's not
just
that
to the west
difficult
of me
here.
is 10,000 feet.
Yep, you go to the north to Tasuke, you're at just under 14,000 feet.
Then you're in the water.
Yeah, you
I know
are.
at least in my county.
Right.
I know at least in my county we have
I'll be
3
back,
of
Jay.
these sites, and they all
Tempo.
have. I think putting the sites there is not the hard part. Getting the internet
right.
connection that all this P25 stuff needs there is the hard part.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We'll be up
We
in the
have to-
900 though.
They're all.
I don't know.
All these P25s, all this P25 stuff requires a constant internet connection, even if
Yeah.
it is a local thing, not connected to the actual internet. It's all microwave link.
Oh, there you go.
Well, they could use Starlink.
Internet.
Yeah,
We're up
Starlink.
in
No, I think because it's mission critical stuff, I think they try to keep it away from the actual internet, and it's its own. It's its
little
own
deal.
internet, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. But it kind of works the same way that the old AT&T long line system used to work. It's all microwave link.
So you think they'd go to satellite by then, or no?
I mean, they could. It'd be all 2G satellites. There's
Yeah.
some infrastructure that all uses satellites. But I think redundancy is a key. So I think the microwave link is actually secondary. It might be connected to the internet, but I know for a fact that all the towers in this county at least use microwave link.
Hey, South Georgia Discord. Yeah, we can go there in a minute. And he said Alabama has
that's what
mole
it is.
heaters compared
Discord.
to New Mexico.
Okay, got it, Jay.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not a New Mexico person. I wouldn't know. I just know that our
Got good
geographical.
food there.
Oh, yes, we do.
Oh, I know. Sonoran dog is delicious.
Don't. First of all,
But-
Well,
never take me. Don't take us to
229.
Mexicans. Real quick, don't take us to Mexicans to a Mexican restaurant because it just don't work that way.
Yeah, it's the actual food in New Mexico is delicious. But
I'm married to a Spanish woman, so I know what it's all about.
Yeah,
We got
yeah.
in the town we live in. Every time a restaurant closed down, they open it back up a Mexican restaurant, and it ain't Mexican food. We got probably 40 of them in our town. Every
I
block,
know
every
there's
corner.
this
Just-
one
Yeah.
restaurant
Just
down
because
the
you had
street
beans and
from
rice
us
doesn't make
that-
it Mexican.
I told him, I said, this ain't Mexican food.
Isn't that someone's handle out there on the channel 6? Beans and rice.
Beans and
Yeah.
rice.
Probably
Well, I
wouldn't
mean-
surprise me.
So
I've been hearing,
what?
I've been hearing them on the radio all week long. I'm like, man, where y'all at? The other side of the border?
It's
Right.
pinto beans.
So now what Todd said about getting a slipper thrown at his head totally makes sense now. His wife is Spanish.
Chanclas.
Yep.
I had it the other night.
Her mother and father are originally from Leo, Spain.
Nice.
So back in their time, she'd be called Miss. Miss and her Miss Kathy would be her.
Miss Kathy.
Lady Kathy or something. They would be because of royalty and
Sure.
stuff on their part back, and they had that flag or whatever you call it, the scroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good deal, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
But I was,
Yeah,
but
man.
as I was saying, the geographical makeup of Alabama, valleys, mountains, it's a lot easier for us to get away with having
Alabama.
less repeater sites because we have more mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and with analog and digital, analog will let you know when you're getting far, but digital just drops.
Right.
Yeah, it just shuts off.
Yep.
Yeah. It don't fade away. That's what we're here all digital. It's up at 900. Now they had to go to the other end of the county and put another repeater. So when they go to the other end of the county, they got to swap to that repeater now to make it back to the town I'm in, because digital, when they switched to digital, they did it where nobody could pick it up on the scanners no more. You had to buy a digital scanner, and they up to 900 megahertz. DPS went up to like 1100. They way up there, and you can forget trying to talk to them. But they can
It
talk.
sounds like they're almost on the open sky system.
Yeah, they can talk.
1100
around the
megahertz
world.
is crazy. I don't want to
Open
imagine
sky.
how short the antenna is.
Yeah, right. Man, look at you guys. 7,900 likes.
Congratulations. Well done.
That's awesome. Get her done.
1100 megahertz, the antenna would be about the size of.
Sharon, you're probably on the 40 page now, right?
Imagine a nail.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so what they're on is an open sky system, so they're sitting just around the cellular level.
Yeah, that's what they do, and that's why they can talk so far.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yep.
I can't imagine.
Open Sky was only made by one company, and that was Harris.com when it was still Maycom before they went to L7 Harris.
Oh, there you go.
And you know that means that only one radio shop in the entire state of Texas can work on that crap, right?
Yep.
The cars and everything. That's what I don't like about P25. We have.
Well, they're all
I'm not gonna
Motorola,
name
so only
names.
Motorola can.
Yeah,
work
that's
on
what
it.
I was getting at. I'm not going to name names, but we have a Motorola dealership in town, and politics are just horrible when it comes to that kind of crap.
Oh,
yes,
Motorola.
Because
The
not
thing-
only is it expensive, but they have a lot of the county infrastructure uses those. What do they call them? SCADA units. Those little like computers that they put on water pumps and whatever from Motorola. And this radio dealer, Doug, so whenever
That's Moscow.
they keep well, it's not Moscat, it's all the new NextEdge RTUs. They're IP over radio actually. So
Yeah.
they're
they're all
they
internet,
keep, but it's
internet
but those,
protocol.
but what Motorola doesn't tell the public is that those are 10-year contracts they have to sign, so they're stuck with them for 10
Yeah.
years.
All right, guys, don't forget to send some gifts. That helps pay for all this audio equipment. Thanks for the likes and the shares. You guys are amazing. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my page, and we do exclusive videos for subscribers only. And y'all get a discount in the shop.
TV.
There you go, Jay. I'm going to give you a corgi just because.
Yeah, so TVCB stands for Thunder Valley CB Shop. But we
TV.
do all sorts of radios, not just CB.
Thunder.
How have you guys been doing with the new FM stuff? How are the antennas and everything changing?
What do you mean changing?
FM on the Citizens Band?
Hey, Jose, welcome in.
I'd have thought the antennas would have changed from AM to FM.
No, it's same antenna. Same antenna. What's up, Jose? How you doing, my friend?
So here's a question, Jay. Now that he brought that up with AM and FM, So in and I know with like VHF, UHF, they went from wideband to narrowband. Did they do the same thing with the FM on the Citizens band? Just out of curiosity. You know if
From
they're wide or
wideband to
narrow?
narrowband?
Uh huh.
No.
Okay.
I think it's still the same. I think it still
Yeah.
scans. One of the
Oh, Jose said we lost y'all the other day. Couldn't find you. That's weird. Just
That
swinging
is
by saying
weird.
hi. Well, hello, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Hey, dude, did you get your base radio, your antenna and everything set up yet, man?
Hey, Jay, what was that website for the one you want me to download? Have the wife do?
Oh, I have to look it back up. I don't remember.
Jose
Oh,
goes,
Um,
I did.
You just said
I
it.
was
You
trying
just
to
said it
reach out.
a minute ago. When you're not on here, you go over there. I keep
Oh,
forgetting the
Discord.
name. Discord. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Discord.
Okay. I told Camus about that, and she's like, "All right, we'll go over there."
Jose, that is cool as shit, man. How's it working? I got my coax disconnected right now because we had a little storm roll through here.
Go on Discord.
Discord. Mm-hmm.
You can see all those.
I love it. I love it.
There was some guy on here on the ticket. He does it, but he just talks normal with it.
Some of us do the Family Guy voices way too well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Todd does it really, really good.
Yeah, he does.
I just don't want to get in trouble from the missus.
I know you
Wife
can't
called
see her
Billy back
coming,
in.
man.
I'll be cooking myself.
Okay, Reaper. We'll see you in a minute, my friend.
Yeah.
Everything's gold.
Hey, I got a question. That radio you got there, like the one I got, mine's a high-powered one. That box you got, how much power? I turned mine all the way down, and it's doing 15 watts turned all the way down. Would that mess that box up running 15 watts into it or so?
Is it a 15-watt dead key?
Yeah. When you key it up, I turned it all the way down last night because I was talking about this guy getting a box, and he said, how many watts? And I turned it all the way down. I dead key it at 15. But I know they didn't tune it up because I turned it all the way up. It only does about 150, close to 200. And
Yeah, that dead
and
key's
then-
way too high.
he said you got to get some other kind of box that accepts that higher power to work the box.
Welcome in.
Negative. So that 307 amp that I have up there is a straight 4-pill. And you could drive it with 5 watts and swing it up to about, he recommends not swinging it past 80. So my radio, the way I have it set up, turned all the way down, is 1.5 watt dead key. And it swings right to 80.
That's what I was scared about this radio, hooking a box to it, and if it pulls out, it puts out too much watts into that box.
Dude,
But he
just
said
send
there
it
was
to
a
me. I'll set
box.
it up for you, man.
He said there was a
Drive it.
box though that you drive and it takes you have to. I
No,
forgot what kind of
he
box
doesn't know what he's
it
talking
was.
about.
It doesn't sound
And
like
I'm like,
it.
dude, what? He said, yeah. He said, some boxes you got to have an amp to make them work. And I said, well, yeah. The only one I got is like peanut.
Well, he's talking about a high drive.
Some boxes you got to have a driver for.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
it depends. If he's running a straight 4-pill, he don't. So,
It's like that's crazy, man. For someone to tell you that, just wanted you to blow up your stuff.
yeah, that 15-watt dead key with your power all the way down is way too high.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does about when it turned all the way down that one like you got, the one I got, the high power one, turned all the way down. It does about 15 watts. And he said, no, that's too much. Putting in a box, it'll mess it up. And that's why.
Yeah.
I think Peanut had that for 525 a while ago, and I was going to ask him if that was a 525 on his picture. That's what I got, a Eagle 525. But he said, no, man, that old box like that, if you run that 15 watts in it, it'll burn, it'll tear everything up.
Yeah, just send that radio to me because they really messed that radio up. I'll set it up for you.
Well, I'm gonna. We're headed to Colorado, I think, next month sometime, and we go right through where you're at. I looked up where you're at. We go right through there, and I said, hell, I'm gonna load my radio. You carry it with me when I go. Then when I
That'd be
come
even
back, I
better.
can come.
That's even better. Shake his hand.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
not only that, but yeah, we don't have to worry about shipping or nothing and get it damaged
Yeah.
during shipping. So that's even better.
That's what I said. We go up to O'Ray, up there and ride around the mountains. I said, hell, I can just go right through, cause we go right through there, and then go on up through New Mexico and go through there, and then I said, hell, I can go up through there and drop it off, go on up there for a week, then turn around and come back, and make sure I come back the day you're open.
No, I won't even do that. If you bring me the radio, just wait for it. I'll do it real quick while you're there.
Yeah. It can't be that much. Like I said, he told me when I bought it from him, I'm gonna tune it up. I'm gonna put that chip in it, and I got it. And he didn't do anything. He had to mail me the chip, and he still charged me for it. But he said, "Oh, you buy something else from me, I'll give you a discount on it." And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like,
Yeah.
That's BS.
He's just trying to get your
That's
money.
sad.
That's a bunch of bullshit. That's not customer service.
Yeah, that's
And
what
SC Rodeo, welcome him.
I always thought like back in the days, you only drove those kind of amplifiers with like 2 or 3 watts, but
yeah.
Well, it depends
today's
on the amp,
builders,
but
yeah.
Well, see, that Galaxy I had, just like that Ranger, that Galaxy is what I ran that Eagle 525 off to. And every time I get on it, start talking, I notice every once in a while I start losing power, and then the tubes went out in it, and I had to put new tubes in it, got it working again. Next thing I know, something else happened to it, and I started thinking, hell, that might have been that Galaxy still ran, up more than 2 or 3 watts, and I thought, well, that might be what kept messing it up. But
yep.
I don't want to hook nothing to this radio until I make sure everything's,
So it was
everything's right.
It was flat in the tubes then, right? Flat tubes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And them tubes
What y'all
ain't
running
cheap.
base stations?
That's what I
Yeah,
ran
them-
my skipper into that Golden Falcon.
Yeah.
Because the driver's section was flat.
So like that amp that Reaper bought, it's a mobile 4-pill with sideband, and you put 5-watt dead key into it, and then she'll swing up to 900.
That's
Yeah.
perfect, man. You can talk
This
all
guy-
over with that.
He
So-
lives about an hour from me. He's got a 6-pill box like that. He's trying to sell, but he wants $1,000 for it. But he's a 6-pill. But man, you buy something that somebody's had and used, and you don't know nothing about it. And I asked him, well, can we hook it up and see what it does? He's, well, I ain't got a radio no more. I ain't got an antenna hooked to. You just, and I'm like, then he went down to 900 on it, and I'm like, I'm scared to buy something like that. We ain't got nowhere around here that works on radios no more. You got to drive hours and hours away to find somebody.
Yeah, that's something sounds shady about that.
So Peanut goes, my Eagle's a 500.
Nice.
There might be some different Toshibas in there, some fake ones or something.
Yeah,
Not
it
a
could be.
tube.
So 307 amplifiers can build you a 6-pill mobile with sideband for $925.
Yeah, I went in there, and when you brought that up, I brought his website up and looked at all his amps. He looked like he got a pretty nice amp.
Yeah, he's the one that makes all the amps for my shop.
I want the one with the power supply, man. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with
I've seen that one.
That's what I got there in the picture. Can't you see it, Todd? Come on, man. No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
but I'll talk on it.
There you go. So that's he built a 4-pill with dual fans, and it's got the AC conversion in it, so you just plug it in the wall. And those are about, I think, 1,025.
And what's the driver section on that? 200 watts or
It does 950.
950 with 5 watts?
Yeah.
All right, Jose, you have a good night. 73, my friend.
73.
Yeah, you have a good one, Jose. So what I was going to tell you is, even though he's getting 950, putting a 5-watt dead key into it, if you back it off to about 3 watts, your audio is so much cleaner.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how I had it in my car. Was on my 148. I think I had it at 1.5 watts.
Yeah, there you go. So now, if you wanted a bass amp, let's see. You said a 6-pill, right?
Yeah.
The 6-pill bass amp with the sideband biased and the AC conversion is $1,395.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
See, we get on upper sideband, upper sideband a lot around here and talk on it, and then get away from everybody else. 'Cause around here, there's a lot of people talking on them, and sometimes we'll be on this channel 31 on AM, and man, the sideman, it'd be a big noise so bad we can't even hear each other, and we live right around each other around here. The noise would be so loud.
Oh yeah.
So you guys are where up on upper what? 31?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's usually where we run. I got all my stuff, like he said, I got all my stuff unplugged tonight. We had storms all day, lightning and stuff, and it just now quit just a little while ago. Just now. But yeah, that
Storms just coming through where I'm living.
That's what I meant.
Where's that, Michael?
Louisiana.
Oh yeah.
Skip.
No, we ain't far.
Yeah, so the storm that's leaving, he's in East Texas, so that storm that's leaving him's probably hitting y'all.
Yeah, I live on the south side of Toledo Bend.
Oh, you got hit bad today, then.
Pretty hard over there.
Yeah.
I live south of town where it got really bad.
Yeah, my son's over there right now. He worked for a company over there. They would have been in Mississippi. They came back to over there, and he said he sent me the radar thing, and that storm come out of Flindora down that way, came right across the lake right there to Toledo Bend. He said it's getting bad over here.
Oh wow.
I live south of the lake. I live down closer to Pickering, Louisiana.
You got
south of Leesville, south of Fort Pope.
Oh well, you got come right over your head, then.
Yeah. I live on about 2,000 acre farm though. It didn't bother me.
2 acres.
2,000.
Dang.
2,000 acres.
Big ass cattle farm.
Oh.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Got
Eat
those
meat
dairy cows
right out of
on
the
there?
field. No.
All right.
Beef.
Where's the beef?
I thought he was going to say he lived on a 2,000 acre crawfish pond.
Holy moly.
Yeah, just think about a tornado got one of those. It would be an utter mess.
Nah. Ain't shit
That's
to it.
right.
They live in water.
That's
Yeah.
They grow them. They raise them in them rice fields down there in South Louisiana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can go down there.
Yeah.
I went down there probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I went down there and got a load of crawfish. We got about 500 pounds of crawfish and brought them back. Man, we can buy them a lot cheaper down there. It might cost us a little drive down there, but the gas we spend and go down there and get them ourselves from the place, it's a lot cheaper than buying them around here.
Oh, I bet, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure.
Cheap.
Yep. That's cool. So,
Where's
Michael,
where's
what
the
is your
Thunder
favorite?
Valley?
What's that? Go ahead, Michael. Sorry.
Where's your CB shop at?
We're at Lisa's Truck Center, Moriarty, New Mexico, sir.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I run a General Lee radio. It's made by Ranger.
Yep. Yep. All the Connex 3300s are generally same radio. Galaxies, they all got Ranger boards in them, which is a good thing. I like Ranger. Yep. Very good stuff, man. Very.
I would be out there working, but I'm in recovery.
Recovery?
The picture y'all see on my screen, that truck, I totaled it out.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Had a load of wood come through the cab with me.
Good Lord. Thank God you're alive.
Y'all can go to my page and look. There's pictures of the truck where it was wrecked.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What happened?
Steer tire blowed out 72 mile an hour.
Oh.
Ouch.
Took me out through the median on the interstate.
Yeah, that's some scary shit.
Yeah, that
had
is.
100,000 pounds behind me too.
Yeah, that's not going to stop on a dime for sure.
No.
It stopped. I did not go far off the highway. A truck and trailer length off the highway, if that.
Oh, okay.
Damn. It's not the speed that kills you, it's the quick stop.
It's the left front steer tire blowed out, and I went down in the ditch, and when it come up, it turned over on the passenger side.
Did y'all see the video here in where I live at? They had a pipeline truck had a big steel pipe on it, and the wrecker was right behind it, and a tanker truck pulled out in front of him. He clipped the tanker truck, and the wrecker got it all on video, the truck kind of jackknifed, and all them pipe went forward and hit the headache rack. So it didn't come through the cab, but it took the headache, ripped the headache rack off, and took the cab off the truck, and all the pipe just went everywhere. And he got it all on video, and it was all over TikTok everywhere. But
Wow.
when
That
they
was in
got there, the guy opened the door and got out of the truck. Didn't even hurt him. They just scratched him up a little, beating him, banging. But it ripped the cab completely off. They said, if it hadn't been for that headache rack, he would have never made it.
That boy got lucky.
Yep. And he
That
just
was there in
left.
Lufkin.
Yeah. Yeah, in Lufkin.
Yeah. That wreck that he's talking about, it knocked the motor plumb out of the frame rails.
Yeah, he wasn't nothing but the frame left sitting there.
Hey, T,
Frame and
welcome back.
tires.
Welcome in.
Frame and the motor, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
The frame was out of the motor.
Yeah, the
wow.
motor was in the middle of the road, the cab was in the middle of the road, and it was just the wheels and the frame. And the tanker truck, it just pulled off the road. It just kind of clipped it, but they got that wrecker, got it all on video. You could hear him like, holy shit, you know, and then you seen the wreck on the video, and it was like, well, that guy got proof of what happened, but the tanker driver said he thought he could make it across the road before he got there, but he didn't make it.
Wow.
There was a wreck that happened down in Maryville where a pusher motorhome pulled out in front of a loaded log truck, and it tore the whole ass end of that motorhome out.
Dang.
I got the dash cam video on my phone. I can show you what happened, but I'd have to send it to you. I can't put it on social media.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Yeah, it's people don't realize, man. They don't think that's so much power and weight, and most of the accidents are because people are impatient.
We were going through Oklahoma a while back, and like I showed you, those blades are, fully loaded, were just about 99,000 pounds. This truck decides he's going to start brake checking my driver, and no matter what my driver did, he brake checked. He almost pitted that car. Luckily, Oklahoma DPS caught the guy while he was doing it.
Good.
Got in trouble.
Yeah, those people need to get their asses handed to them, man. That's a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, we had a oversized load coming down the road I live on, the main highway. It's about a mile from me, but they had a truck pulling and a pusher truck pushing, and somebody pulled out in front of him. The escort was ahead of him, but somebody pulled out, and the truck hit his brakes. The pusher truck somehow broke loose from him, and when he broke loose, that beam fell down, made him wreck out. He flipped off, went down a ditch, but that guy didn't make it. I'm like, man. But it tore that pusher truck. It destroyed that pusher truck. I said, what? They kept saying pusher truck. I didn't know what they was talking about until the guy showed me the video. He said, no, he was behind shoving that big load, and the other truck was dragging it. And that truck pulled out in front. That guy didn't know. He didn't have time to hit the brakes. Everything just stopped, and it just broke everything loose, and he wrecked out back there.
Sure. Yeah, that's a lot of weight.
That's crazy.
Yep.
When do you get to your shop Monday?
We're 10 to 6, Monday through Friday.
Okay, 10 o'clock?
Yeah, 10 to 6. Yeah.
I might holler at you Monday then and talk to you about some things.
Okay.
Yeah, I would on that antenna, the colossal. What is that little round tube on there for? What is that thing? You got.
That's how it tunes to the frequency.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
Well, like I said, that guy down in Livingston's got it for sale, but man, I didn't know they were $500. I thought he was just trying to make him something off of it, but dang, yeah, that's about right then, probably $400 or $500.
Yeah, with shipping, it's $580.
Yeah.
That's too much for me.
I'm a big antenna.
I can't afford that. If I had your money, Jay, I'd burn mine. I couldn't do that. That's a little out of the league, but if I was still working, yeah, I'd be able to get that and no heartbeat at all.
Y'all seen this sound plane here I've been talking off of? I've been talking all over the place with. I got it from Amazon. It was like $98. Got a little plastic housing on the bottom. You screw your coax to, and the elements are not about 4 foot long all the way around it. It sticks up there high, but it's a little rinky dink antenna, and that little red antenna talks all over the place. But I got the Mako on my tire, the big Mako, but I hadn't got it stood up yet. But I'm like, well, if that little one talks, that big one ought to talk real good when I get it up.
Oh
You're
yeah.
using that Amazon one for your base?
Yeah, it works. I mean, SWRs are almost flat. It's just barely above the house I got it on a chain link fence, 20-foot joint. And that sucker, I figured, well, cheap antenna, I was going to carry it to my camp house. But I put it up here until I got my other antenna up. That little thing talks good, boy, for a cheap antenna.
What's the wattage does it handle? Do you know?
It said not over about 150 watts, 200 watts. But this Mako, does 5,000 or something?
Yeah.
Mako V5000 to do 25.
Yeah.
See, I need something simple like that where I can just throw it up on a 20-foot pole, Jay. So I don't have to do. I really want to do the 3-element, but I don't think I have room because of the lady on the side of me, and then I'm on the corner, and then right where the antenna would go, it's like a 4 to 5 foot brick wall drop.
Right.
So
I guess I can just stick mine up on top of one of these pine trees around here.
You know, so it's funny you say that. That actually works really well. But what's really bad about that, because the tree is so deep in the ground, lightning.
Yep.
It's a great ground.
I put mine in top of a pine tree way up there, old ground plane, and it come a storm one night, and something told me, hey, unhook that coax. And then that storm come, and that lightning hit that antenna. It melted that antenna out of the top of the tree, and it blowed my coax in about foot-long pieces and blowed a hole in the ground. I thought a bomb had went off. Next morning, I got up, going to get my coax. There was a piece of it hanging out of the window, and the rest of it was just destroyed. And I said, thank God I took that loose from the radio.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You betcha.
I used to have, when I lived at the other house, I had it on top of my shop, on top of the awning, about 40 foot in the air. I had it on a beam pole.
Hello.
But I ain't got no kind of base station or nothing set up no more.
Why not?
You still have the antenna?
No. As a matter of fact, I think it's still down there on that other shop.
Oh wow.
I left here and moved off and then come back, and you know how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, so we just became a colossal 10K antenna dealer for the Southwest region of the United States, and we just became a dealer for 307 amps. So you can check all that stuff out on our website, thundervalleycb.com. And yeah, they got some. I just added those actually today. I had just a few minutes, and I didn't have time yesterday to do it. I had just barely enough time to eat about half of my lunch, add that stuff to the website, and then we got hammered again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Another 7:30 night?
No, it wasn't a late night, but that was what, like 2 nights ago, I think.
Yeah.
And dude, that day I didn't even open up my lunch pail. We just didn't have time.
Yeah, I've been on workman's comp since June, so I don't know how that lunch pail figure works.
Wow.
I had to learn how to walk again.
Well, I retired.
Wow.
I retired, and now I'm so bored at the house, I'm thinking about going to get me another job, because I said, man, this retirement life ain't what I thought it was going to be, because I said, I'm going to go fishing, I'm going to go hunting. Hunting season, I go to my hunting lease and stay. But other season, I said, hey, you want to go fishing? Well, I got to work tomorrow. Hey, you want to go do it? Well, I got to work tomorrow. And I said, damn, all my friends still got to work, so I ain't got nothing to do now.
Yeah.
Have to learn how to go do it.
It ain't fun when you retire.
Yeah, my ex boss called me today. He said, hey man, I got a bunch of mowing to do this year. I need somebody to mow it. I'll pay you this amount of money, cash money, if you do my mowing. And I said, what do you got to mow? He said, he told me, and then I went up there and looked at the lawnmower he said I could use. He said, use my lawnmower. And that lawnmower's a grasshopper and it's wore smooth out. And I'm like, man, you got a lot of mowing. It was like 12 or 13 different places, and some of them big. And I told him, I said, I'm going to think about this. That sounds like a lot of work, a lot of mowing and weed eating.
Well, it wouldn't be bad if you could just mow it and have somebody else come in
Yep.
behind you and weed eat it.
That's what I'm thinking. I got this guy. We had 3 or 4 car washes, and he takes care of the car washes in the morning, just part time. Goes up there and cleans them and stuff. And I talked to him today. He said, "Yeah, I'll weed eat for you." But I done tried to get him to help me do some stuff
You didn't
around
tell him
here.
how
2 or 3
much.
times.
Get your whippersnappers.
Get you some of them young kids like we get to bale hay with.
Yeah.
There you
Around
go.
here,
Hey, Nana, welcome in.
around here, I remember when we was growing up. If somebody was baling hay, we'd be waiting at the gate that morning. And they would pay us $2 or $3 to help them all day. Nowadays, I can bale hay and call some kids, and you can't. I have to do it myself. You can't get none of these kids to get off their video games and come out and help you in the hay fields no more. They, oh no, it's too hot.
I believe it. I still can't get off my video game.
Yeah, we just got to where we rigged up something on the front end loader where we pick the square bales up.
Yeah.
We go out there in New Mexico. They got some big old square bales though.
Yeah, I ain't got time to fart
They
with
start to roll it now, don't they? It's like
Yeah,
him. Yeah, that's all we do, really.
Yeah, I seen that down here. They have it. Where's that at? In Hemet, they have a field out there. They still do hay. Big old 8-foot rollers or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Ours are 6x6, but if we come to a place and they say, well, we want so many square bales, and then we do the rest of them in round bales, so we have to bale them so many square, and then usually we tell them, you better get somebody out here to pick it up, because we ain't picking it up, so they'll get a few no English speaking guys out there, and they'll pick it all up for them.
That's what you need for your weed eaters.
Yeah,
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. I got to watch out for ice, though. They don't pick them up, take them off the other day.
Go to your local Home Depot.
That's it.
Oh, they hiding around here right now. All these
I
guys,
bet.
all these guys who hired them on out here, they can't get nothing down now because they're scared.
That's what they did. They made who was that? Mattel, like Barbie. They made a Mexican Ken doll. You can find them in aisle 6, the Home Depot.
Shit. That's good. We ain't got a Home Depot around here.
I've used them before, man. They're great. Great. There's some of those people like that. They really hustle, man.
Dang.
You got to drive either 70 miles or you got to drive 80 miles. Get a Home Depot.
We got Home Depot, we got Lowe's, we got Walmart, we got Tractor Supply, we got Atwood, we got everything in our town. And it's not a big town.
What town you live in East Texas?
Lufkin.
Well, yeah, y'all got an expo center and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, we got all kinds of. The town ain't very big, but it's growing. We got a mall, but it's about to close down though. The whole mall didn't pay their taxes. Now the city took it over and they're shutting it. Now everybody's leaving. Everybody's moving out. It's like a ghost town in there now.
Oh no!
All right, Reaper joined back in,
and look at it.
and
It looks the same way.
CJ, you got someone asking you comments here. Tractor Supply in our small town. Nana Rita, CJ, AJ, wife in. Tell her I said hi. Hey y'all. Da, 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 da. All right. Think we're caught up.
Yeah, we got that.
You got your mic muted there, buddy.
Super Walmart store here for us.
Yeah, sorry.
There you go. That's okay.
So, AJ is at home. She's actually not wifey. She's a business partner. My actual wifey lives in Tempe, Arizona. And then, so Jay, I did something I never thought I was going to do. Not only did I leave my toothbrush in El Paso, luckily I carry a spare, I also left my computer mouse in El Paso in the hotel room.
Oh, no.
Well, they sell them at Walmart.com.
Yeah, well, my toothbrush is $278. I'm just going to go buy a new one.
Good.
Oh, shit.
Because mine's issued by my dentist.
Is that AI one with the?
Yep.
Yeah, Those are awesome, man. I love that.
Yeah.
I can't afford
No,
them.
you're good, Nana. It's fine.
Sound like you got a kickstart on it. $200.
A kickstart. It's a
Well,
two-stroke.
for $200 and something dollars, it better be all. But you crank it up and let it work.
That's some bitch ought to give you a reach around for $200.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that was a
that's that
$500
spider
model
monkey.
there, Jay.
That's what you need.
That's right.
Get one of those spider monkeys.
Oh, kick you in the back of the head, old man.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that one before. A driver picked up the hitchhiker and he kept on slapping the monkey on the back of the head.
Dang.
I'll tell you guys a wild story. This is no joke. You can actually, I think, if you went back a couple of years in my videos, you could see it. So, driver pulls up in front of the shop. I get up on his step on the driver's side and shake his hand and talk to him. On the passenger side of his dash, there's a monkey with a diaper, right?
Right.
So I'm not making this up. He looks right at that monkey and he says, "Hey, don't be such an asshole. Get over there and shake that man's hand." That monkey came right across the dash, put his hand out.
Wow, that's funny.
Yep, it was cool. Then when we were sitting in the shop, and he brought the monkey in and put the monkey down on the ground. The monkey ran across the shop, jumped right up in my lap.
Oh, wow. Do you have soft hands?
I didn't check.
Reach around or what?
I didn't check.
If you go through my TikToks, one of our pilot cars out here has a lemur. Name's Randy.
Oh, wow, okay. Those are smart ones, though, huh?
Yeah, but yeah, if you go through my TikToks, I think to last year, you'll see a lemur. He's crawling around on a red Ford.
Okay.
So what you do, Jackson?
I'm a pilot car.
For
He
what
owns
you
Phoenix.
hunting them blades?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he owns Phoenix Pilot Car Service.
No, Temple.
Tin fur. Tin
All
fur.
right. Hey, Slim, what's going on? Wolfman, should I run a ground strap from my tool bed to the frame of my service truck? Well, why do you want to run a ground strap from your tool bed? Let's start there.
To your tool bed. Has to be
I
some
guess he-
reason.
Must have some rubber grommets on there. It's not grounding out.
Yep.
That don't matter nothing.
Well,
Yeah, it
see,
does.
the reason why I'm asking is a lot of guys make mistakes and they try to mount an antenna on their toolbox.
That don't work.
No, it don't. It's not a good enough RF ground, and running a ground strap to it usually is not a good idea because the antenna's not looking for a DC voltage ground. It's looking for an RF ground.
Wouldn't that get your hum from your alternator in that radio like that?
No, not
Yep.
really.
Oh,
It
nice.
depends on the vehicle. Like Fords are really bad about it.
Now them new Fords, now you can't even get a ground on them with them aluminum bodies.
You
No.
are 100% right.
Yeah, you can't. My business partner, AJM, she has one of those, and it's a night.
Uh-oh.
Well, that
I heard
doesn't
of
sound
another Ripley's, believe it or not.
I heard that one too. That one I heard this time.
So his antenna's mounted to his tool bed. See, that's why I asked. So, it's hard to say, Slim. My shop number right there, the 886-1299. Send me pictures of your truck. And you could text them to that number. Let me take a look at it, and we'll go from there. But that usually doesn't work. Are you having trouble getting that antenna to tune up?
He's probably not getting a ground from the tool bed to the frame to the tool bed.
Yeah.
If he's gonna ground anything, he'd just have to ground his tool bed to his frame.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That doesn't work. So that's the problem.
Hey, Nana, I just sent you a DM.
The antenna's not looking for a DC voltage ground. It's looking for an RF ground.
RF. That makes
So
sense.
the antenna's looking for something to reflect off of, like a rock skipping on water. And the better reflection it has, the better it tunes up.
like on that little old truck in my page, I was having trouble getting a ground for my radio antenna. I just grounded my aluminum sleeper to the frame.
Right.
But here's the problem with that. So when you run a ground strap, the antenna is going to reflect off that ground strap or that wire. You just made another dipole antenna. So
Yep.
when you put a meter on it, you're going to get a false reading. Yeah, that's fine, Slim. Yeah, you can send me pictures tomorrow. And sometimes it works really well. Like if you get that double reflection going, sometimes it makes the antenna talk like a banshee, and other times it don't. But see, when you tune antennas, this is why you use an analyzer, because you got to look at ohms, receive loss, and reactance. Those are the three numbers you tune, not SWR. Once you tune those three numbers, the byproduct of that is SWR. So with that said, you can have a good SWR, but if those other numbers are off, you're not going to get the performance. And I see it all the time in the shop. Guys come in and they go, I got a 1.2, but I can barely talk a mile. When you look at their ohms, they're at 5, and they should be at 50. You know, shit like that. So
yeah, that makes
they
sense.
done cut a foot and a half off of the antenna to get the SWR down.
right, and that throws off the impedance of the antenna, so that kills your performance again. So yeah, I know sometimes you got to trim them. If you trim them a little bit, you know, you're okay. But you start trim like Wilson's are the worst. You start trimming 4, 5, 6 inches off it to get it to tune. You might as well just put another antenna on it because your performance is in a toilet.
So would I have to tune my DMR antenna I got on my desk here? I know
No.
I have to check I wouldn't have to trim that or nothing.
Probably not, but you definitely got to check SWRs, right? So
100%. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with you on that.
So if you have a bad reading, then I'd move the antenna to another spot, get a different ground plane, something bigger.
Oh,
That's
like
my
a cookie
problem.
sheet?
Yeah, that's something
Yeah.
bigger. He says that's my problem. It's not talking like I think it should and receive and transmit. Sure, your antenna's everything, man. That's where all the magic happens. Your antenna is everything. The longer the whip, the better, and the better it tunes up, the better. So that's 2 tricks with any radio antennas. The longer the whip, the bigger radiation pattern you have.
Yeah, on that little old truck, I had a 102-inch whip on the spring, and the SWRs was out of there. I pulled the spring off, and it calmed itself right on down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the
That's what I
ground
got.
strap on the spring was probably bad.
Yep.
I got it from my cousin just to run it instead of running like a Wilson 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Oh,
it
you
was
can't beat
mounted,
a
it was
102.
way down.
Yeah, 102 whips are great. You cannot beat a 102. That's what I got on my truck. And all right.
That's a
Congratulations. Well done.
So, so we experiment. Like when we put 102s on a truck, if you put a spring on it, put the antenna on it, tunes right up, fine. But if it doesn't, then sometimes I'll add a 12-inch extension, take the spring out, or I'll take the spring and extension out and just try the antenna by itself. And you do whatever. You got to figure out what the truck likes because you're tuning it to the ground plane of the truck.
Yeah.
And you just got to figure out what the
I
truck
run a
wants.
ground plank on that antenna too.
On a mobile?
After I took the spring off of it.
Yeah, that causes havoc too because now it's radiating between 2 different ground planes, the one you put on and the truck. So, yeah, you're better off just to run without
you see
it.
a lot of people
Okay,
on
yeah, I
the
just responded,
mobiles,
Dana.
like they mount to the headache rack. My truck didn't have a headache rack. I just mounted to the back of the sleeper.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. The headache. Don't ever mount the headache racks. They don't tune up. Usually, underneath the headache rack where it bolts to the frame, they got those rubber isolators, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
Yeah, there you go. And even if they don't, you would have to pull the headache rack off and clean the paint off the frame, clean the bottom of the headache rack. I had to do that to an old Dodge truck of mine. My friend gave me this really cool headache rack that he built, and I couldn't get an antenna to tune to save my butt. So I pulled it back off, cleaned the paint off the bed where the pads sat on, cleaned the bottom of the paint off of the headache rack, bolted it back up. Boom, she lined right up.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Heather was in here earlier. She already dropped out. She had her fun tonight.
Heather.
Yeah.
Oh,
Heather's
Sap
better.
Brothers. That's right.
Step Brothers.
Huh?
I'm
No,
gonna
I
put
was
my
trying
nut
to
sack on your drum set.
I was trying to find a place between here and there that had a vape store inside because mine are dead. And I remember the Sap Brothers in Salt Lake has one inside the store.
Well, it sounded like you said Step Brothers. Is that the name of the place?
No, Sap, SAPP.
Sap Brothers. Oh yeah, they got some good coffee too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he said Step Brothers too. That's why I said what I
That's what
said.
I
I'm gonna
heard.
put my nut
He
sack on
did
your
say
drum
Step
set.
Brothers. He's trying to play it off. Step Brothers.
I love that shit when
Boots
they're
and
out there
hose.
mowing the.
Boots and hose.
Yeah, he's out there mowing the lawn. And he's dressed up like Hitler and shit.
Right. Hey, at least I got to see that movie.
No man, yeah, that was a funny movie. He's out there standing in the yard in the KKK outfit because those black people were looking at the house and shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
was
the
funny.
antenna
analyzer like yours.
So they used to be $300, but they dropped. They're $229 now at dxengineering.com. But the problem is, Slim, is when you get one of those analyzers, they're not ready out of the box. You got to set them up. And well, you're a member. So you can see those member only videos. And I made 2 videos on A, how to set the meter up correctly, and then B, how to do self tests on a meter to make sure everything's lined up. Then it's ready to go.
All right, y'all. I'm about ready to get off here. I've got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I'm about 30 miles outside of Monaghan. So, 73s, everyone. We'll catch y'all tomorrow.
You got it, my friend. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Good night.
Love you.
Love you too, buddy. Oh my God.
Oh.
Whoa.
Good night, Nana.
Chicken grease.
Later, buddy.
Get piss and chicken grits.
Slim, you really can't buy one through me. I buy them from dxengineering.com. So, but if you have trouble setting them up, I've had many customers in the past. They'll just ship me the radio right from DX Engineering, and then I'll set up the meter for them. Then I'll ship it back to them.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Have you seen that that 102-inch whip is fiberglass?
Oh yeah, they've been out for a while.
Yeah, I got one, and it's a 102-inch fiberglass whip. And when we went to Colorado, I took it with me, and I took my regular antenna off, and just screwed it straight into it. But man, that big old thing up there flopping around, I'm like, oh, that's too big of an antenna. I used to have, that's all I ran was that 102-inch steel whip. And boy, you go along there, next thing you know, you done beat the end of it off, it done bent. And the other day I went to digging around out back and in my shed, and I said, what's that? And I pulled it out, and there was a brand new big stainless steel, one big whip. And I was like, look at here, I still got one. I found 2 or 3 of them. It's got the end bent on them where you hit stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Slim.
Depends
Yeah.
on where you,
Go
depends
ahead.
on
I'm
where
sorry.
you go around here, you get them for $15 to $80.
Yeah.
Well, you got to be careful. So the 102 whips that are like $15-$20 are not stainless steel; they're regular steel. And when it's cold outside, if you hit something, they'll snap. But they don't perform like a stainless steel whip does. The stainless steel whips are anywhere from $75 to $85, depending where you look. But that's what you want, stainless steel.
Yeah.
And Slim said, 10-4, if you don't mind, I'll text you tomorrow. Yeah, man, absolutely. Hell, you can text me right now if you want.
Yeah, Jay loves multitasking.
Yeah, man, that's why I got my tablet up and running.
Multitask.
Multitasking.
Yep, can't sneak any of those out. Comes get me with the chocolate.
That coon still got to be out here somewhere. My cat come and got my lap. He will not get out of my lap. He keeps looking off the porch, looking around. I said, that coon's still somewhere. He's scared to death. I'd put him on the floor. He'd get right back in my lap. He'd go looking. I said, that coon's still out here somewhere. He'd wait for me to go in the house to eat their food.
Yep. Got some food out
Absolutely.
there, huh?
Yep.
I put my cameras, went down to my hunt lease and I put my camera out, put some protein out. And the other night I got a pit, it went off. I guarantee you there were 10 coons standing at the protein feeder. And I was like, look at all the coons. And I think we got like
This
13,
doesn't
14
sound
of them
right.
last year, but
I know.
I ain't never seen like coons. I'm like,
What is
dang.
he putting out there in the yard? Watermelon or what? Shit.
Yeah,
Um,
I put
not those
protein in
coons.
apple flavored protein, and them I guess them coons love it because they were everywhere.
I can't
oh,
with
I
you,
bet.
man.
I on one of my cameras for like 3 days in a row, the damn honey badger,
Right.
and he was getting braver and braver going by our chicken coop. So I thought, all right, you little bitch, I got some traps. I do a lot of coyote trapping and stuff like that. So I set up a trap out there and he never came back. I wanted that pelt so bad.
Dang.
But yeah, he was a big sucker too, man. I tell you what, I'd be second guessing getting close to him. You know, they're mean, but he was beautiful, man.
Dang. We got a little fox that hangs around our camp house, and I tell everybody leave that little fox alone. I throw food out there at night, and he'll come up there and get it. You know, we'll see him, and we got a little bobcat. They already want to shoot it, and I said, "Why you want to shoot him? Well, we're gonna have him
Right.
mounted. You'll never have him mounted. You'll just put him in a freezer, and that's where he'll stay until you throw him away." I said, "Don't kill him. He ain't bothering you." And
Yeah.
I'm like, and the coons though, I trapped them last year, and I'd load them up. I'd bring them home. I'd carry them down behind the house and let them loose at the pond. I said, look, you got a pond now. You got everything. And hell, one night I walked down the porch, and I bet you there are 10 of them on the porch. And I'm like, oh, no. So now I'm just like, the neighbors are all fussing, the coons everywhere. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we have all that here. Bears, coons, possums.
Hey, we got an
Skunks.
armadillo. We got an armadillo down there at the hunt lease. We call him armadillo. Dilla. We call him Dilla. That's the biggest armadillo you ever seen in your life. You'll walk down there in the morning before daylight, and that thing, you'll walk up on him, and he'll jump, scare you to death. But that's the biggest. You see, every time we go down there, we see him. He stays around there. But that's the biggest armadillo you ever seen. They said, we going to kill him. I said, why? And then you'll
Why?
be sitting on your stand, and you'll hear him out there rooting around, walking up through the woods. You look out there at him, he'll walk up, just go on off through the woods. You can walk Gilly up
Aw.
on him, but he's a big old armadillo.
Oh, that's pretty
Wow.
cool. Yeah, just leave him alone. We've had bear, coyote, mountain lion around here, and you know, as far as the predatory animals go, as long as they stay out of our yard, because we have animals too, I don't care.
All right.
But that we had one year, we had a pack of coyotes that were really brave, and they would jump the 5-foot fence like it wasn't even there.
Right.
So I set up a couple of traps, caught a couple of them, and pop them. And if you leave the carcass out there, they'll stay away. And then sooner or later, the carcass gets eaten. About every 2-3 months, you got to pop another one and leave it there and whatever. But yeah, and that was really the only year in the 8 years we lived here that it was that bad. Hey, there's Bart. What's up, dude?
The only
And
bad thing about taking out coyotes, they have this weird thing to where if you start taking out so many of them, it kicks in their breed drive, and they breed twice as often.
it's more target practice.
Well, that sounds like I know he's in Louisiana, he got it too, but we got pigs. I'm talking.
Oh yeah.
We trapped 7 of them last year in this big trout. I said, well, we got 7 out of about 20. And then that night, this big sow walked out on camera and she had 10 babies with her. And I'm like, oh my God, I got 7 and 10 more born. We killed 37 pigs down there last year, and they're still on camera.
Pig is a bit of an understatement. Them things, them are hogs.
You can eat those, right?
We eat the smaller ones, the old big boars. We just kill them and drag them off and let the buzzards and coyotes have them. But them little ones, I think I got 9 of them last year, the small ones. And
Yeah.
everybody's wanting one, but they want me to skin it. They want me to cut it up. They want me to put it in a cooler. And they want me to bring it to them. I skinned I think I skinned 5 of them. It was about 100 degrees outside, and I told them, that's it, I'm done. I said,
Right.
I'm finished. I ain't. I hauled the rest of them off. I said, no, y'all want them? Come down here, skin it. I'll help you skin it. I ain't doing all this.
Yeah. Hey Bart, you want to join, man? Send me a request, dude. But yeah. Hey Reaper, I didn't know that though about the coyotes.
That's crazy.
We have a bad problem around our house. There is packs of them, and the neighbors. I've hunted them a little bit with my night vision, but the neighbors hunt them heavy, and it just seems like every year there's just more and more and more. And turns out,
Y'all
once
got
you start hunting them, it makes them breed more often.
They be breeding.
you got
So
any
2 years
cows or
ago,
horses around there?
what was
Yeah.
that, Michael?
You got any cows or horses around where y'all having all these coyotes?
Oh yeah, horses and cows both.
Buy
They
you
don't
some
bother them for
donkeys.
some reason.
Buy you some donkeys.
Yep.
Yeah. Whoop 'em.
That's
They
true.
kill
One
it.
over here every other morning, or maybe like about 11:30 or 12 o'clock at night, you'll hear him screaming.
It'll
Dogs
keep them
We
out in
it's
the
like
usually
your
field, but
free
it don't keep
alarm.
them in the yard.
We was down there. We was down there at camp house, and this guy's wife come down there, and we sitting out by the big fire pit, sitting out there with a fire, and all of a
Hmm.
sudden some coyotes behind the camp house started hollering. Then some on the other side of the camp house started hollering. And man, let me tell you, it sounded like it was hundreds of them. She went in the house. Next day, she said, "I'm going home." But we killed a bunch of pigs and threw them out down there, and that's what they were down there after.
Yep.
Oh, got you. Okay.
They had a feast.
Chicken hawk. What's up?
They were calling all
Yeah.
the family and everybody.
So we had that problem 2 years ago, and it was fun. I just sit on the tailgate of the truck, had three to 400 yard shots, night vision, popping them. That was cool. But after that, the last couple of years, it's been pretty quiet around here. I don't know if they come and go in waves or they just moved on or what, but maybe.
Migratory.
I guess it depends. They go where the food is, right? Food and water. So it's been pretty dry out here.
The only bad part about my place, there's a freshwater creek that runs, I think it's like 80 yards behind the house.
There you
And
go.
there's plenty of deer and wild hogs.
Get that off the reservoir there from the mountain, from the snow there. So got
Yep.
a little runoff reservoir on the backside of here of us.
Yep.
I hear them go up and down there a few times.
Sure. Absolutely. Yep.
Tell the wife, I'm gonna go check the mill.
I got a really strong spotlight, and I'll sneak out in the front yard,
Get out.
point it south out in the field, and turn that light on. You see all the eyes.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yep. Same with the night vision. It's funny. The night vision's great because you can actually watch them blink.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, literally.
Which thermal are you guys using? Because I've seen the ATS whatever and everything else, but you see a lot of stuff on there, and I'm on a Facebook site for predator hunting, and everybody, oh, check this out, it's great, but I've gotten some buddies have had them, and I try to use them, and it's like, I just really don't care for that. It's not right.
No.
I use a
Well, the one-
Vulcan
Vulcan.
24 XP, I think it is.
It's
Yep.
an XP.
Yeah.
Yep. Are you out of your Vulcan mind? Yeah, those are cool.
XP, huh? XP.
XP.
Yeah, that's what I like about my night vision. It's on a AR 308, which is suppressed with a night scope. They never know what happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be. Yeah. What was that?
Why'd he
I
lay
got a-
down for?
I got a 224 Valkyrie. I got a Sig Sauer BDX scope on it right now, but I've been looking for a thermal, and I just really, I want to make sure it's right before you dump that kind of change.
The Thors are pretty good.
Yeah.
I got a buddy that has one of those. They're nice.
Yeah, you can get some that's thermal. You get some of them, they say night vision. Night vision don't like a thermal. Man,
Yeah.
you can point it out across there, and any heat, boy, it picks it up. I'll sit there, pitch black. You turn that thermal on, look down through there, and you see the pigs walking around this red blob. You see them, and then you just start popping them off, and they're like, "Why is everybody laying down taking a nap for around me?"
Yeah.
The pigs are so bad down there, though. We'll have all these deer coming there eating corn, eating stuff, and then the pigs come in, and
Yeah.
especially the mamas that's got the babies, they will leave. You won't see them again because them pigs actually kill them little deer and eat them. And we get down there, when the pigs start coming in, the deer just disappear. You won't see them. Or the deer
Yeah.
come in, or the deer start coming out middle of the day when the pigs are not there. They won't come in the mornings. They won't come in the evenings because the pigs will be coming in and they'll leave town. So we try to get down there like a month or two before hunting season, put out corn to dump it out. And hell, last year we got down there, we had a group coming in. We put tanninite out, and the pigs came in. I got one of them green lights. That green light turned on. All them pigs eating that pie, and I shot that tanninite. You probably about a mess to clean up. I won't never do that again. Tanninite and about 20 pigs, it makes a mess.
Well, I bet. Now that's a pig pen.
That's right.
And then the neighbors don't like it. You hear this explosion goes off in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
I don't know where you live
They'll be
at.
all right.
They'll be like, next thing you know, the game warden, somebody showing up. We're like, "Are y'all pig hunting?" Uh-huh. "Well, what was the explosion?" And I said, "We put tanninite out, just messing with them." He goes, "Y'all don't do that." The neighbors said a damn bomb went off, and they called everybody. And I'm like,
Technically, a
"Well,
bomb did go off.
it was
Yeah,
a bomb."
exactly.
Here in Louisiana or Texas, I mean,
Sounds-
that'd be like, yep, no big deal.
Mm-hmm. Well, we had some kids buying that stuff, and they went down on this county road and set it in the middle of the county road and a dirt road and shot it, and it blowed a big hole in the road. Somebody come down, ran off in it, and they said they heard the explosion. And then about a week later, they did it again. They finally caught them, and they told them, said, "Man, y'all going to quit." They got them for destroying the public road and everything else. And then
Oh, wow.
I'm like, "Man, can't y'all?" I thought, man, they stupid just shooting them in the middle of the road. They, "Well, we didn't have nowhere to shoot them, so we went off on these back roads and just set it out there in the middle of the road and shot it." And I'm like, "But we didn't know it was going to blow a big hole in the ground."
Duh.
Like,
What the hell do you
well,
think it was going to do?
you got 10, 20 pounds of tanninite, you shoot it, yeah, it's going to knock a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
That's how
Sometimes
that stuff
science
works.
class is kind of important.
Yeah, that's when it was. How to separate the wax from the Federin pills was fun.
Man,
I don't know.
End up with a case of natural selection.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sir. That's the way I look at it. Hey, Hot Wheels, what's up?
Hot Wheels.
Chicken Hawk, how you been tonight, my friend? Bart, if you're still on here, you guys can join the live if you want. Just send me a request.
Bart. Is that B-Art or Bart?
Bart, like Bart Simpson. Big Bart. Dope.
Mhm.
Well, y'all be good. My battery's about dead on my phone, and it's like 50, 55 degrees out here, and I'm sitting out here in a pair of shorts about to freeze to death. And I'm fixing to go in the house. My lights came back on and everything, but I'm still sitting out here. And like I said, the coon's trying to eat me up. I don't know where he come up and peeked through the gate a while ago, and I was like, "I see you, coon. And then he run down the porch. Now he's sitting out in the yard. I see him out there. But
Just waiting for you to go in, huh?
I'm gonna go on in the house and put the cat sitting in my lap. The cat's gonna freak out when I throw him down the porch and tell him, "You gonna take care of the coon." But I'm gonna go in the house and
right,
I'll
man.
holler at you next week and talk to you about that box and stuff.
Yeah,
And then,
you got it.
And then, like I said, I know it might not work my radio until I get something done to it, because I know it's putting over 10 watts out of the radio dead key, just turned all the way down.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they don't. Don't worry about it. I know we talked about that. Those guys really messed that up. So we'll get you fixed up.
Well, I don't think they done anything. I think they just got the box and put it in the mail and sent it to me, and then he charged me extra $100 to do all this stuff.
Isn't there a variable on
That's
that?
way
Where'd
too
you buy
much.
the
Wattage
radio
doing?
at?
Not Wilcox. Oh
Well,
man, it's up in Kentucky. Up in Kentucky.
Oh, that explains it.
CB. I forgot what name it was. I'd have to
GI
learn.
Joe's.
But no, he was telling me, "Oh, we'll do this, we'll do that." And I called him back. I said, "This radio won't do shit." And he goes, "Well," I said, "Why I can't hit the button to go to regular channels?" He goes, "Oh, well, they might have not have programmed it, might not have put the chip in." I said, "Well, do you got it?" He talked to his guy, and he says, "Oh man, he didn't put it in there. Forgot to put it in there." He said, "I thought he put it in there." And he goes, "He's done this several times." And I'm like, "Really?" And it took a week to send it, and I hooked it up. Now it's working, but I don't even think he ever took the cover off of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Because
still had a security tape over one of the screws.
yeah, if he didn't convert it to 11 meters, there's no way he could have tuned it, right? So
No, he didn't. He didn't convert it. I had to do it. I looked online where to put it, and then he sent it to
sure.
me in the mail, and I reached in there and just plugged it in. Everything started working, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. Hey, I got a question real quick. Last
Yeah.
night we was on 31, and the guy told her, "Hey man, let's go up to 457 or something like that." And he said, "Man, just turn your channels up." I had no idea where they went. What was he talking about when it just higher channels or something?
Well, yeah. So, like, can you see my radio right now?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. See the frequency counter.
Yeah.
So you can move the cursor and then change it. So, like, say you wanted to go to 425, right?
Yeah.
Watch.
That's it.
Oh, you change it to that one.
Yeah. So now I'm on
Well, see,
channel
do you have to
4250.
move? Do you have to move the cursor every time to change all the channels though?
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
you move the cursor underneath the number you want to
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, I have to move mine it only moves it just moves one. You have to move it, move another one, move it, move another one, move it, move another one.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, they would said they would go, let's go up to 4 something, and I'm like, I said, how do you do that? And hell, they were gone, and so I couldn't figure out where the hell they went. And I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah, that's all. So Bart says he's shoe shopping and it's storming like I'm Emma Effer here.
Well, it's done quit here, but it's supposed to start again later on tonight. Well, my yard looks like a lake out here already, and like, dang, I got so much to do outside, and it's rain and rain and rain. I want to get my antenna up, all that. And I ain't even gonna fool with it right now. But I'm gonna get off here. We'll holler at y'all tomorrow night if y'all in here.
All right, man. You have a good night.
All right, we'll holler at y'all later. All right,
We'll see
nice
you,
talking
bud.
to y'all.
4 or 5 inches of rain in the last 2 hours up in Wisconsin. Good gravy.
Yeah, that's talking about we're supposed to get 4 or 5 inches here. My rain gauge shows about an inch.
Yeah. That's still a lot. Damn.
I don't know what ours is. It's cold enough to snow again, but
Really?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what our temperature is. Let me see here.
Our temp ain't too bad here. We got another storm rolling in. Right now it's 53 outside.
Oh, the low
That wind was blowing out of the
38.
southwest down there this morning.
Yeah.
Now I'm up here in South Dakota, it's blowing out of the northwest. But I'll tell you what, it shut my ass all the way up here from this morning up to now.
Wow. Yeah, I hope I'm wrong. And but I think this is going to be a bad season for weather.
You think so?
Well, tornado season started early.
Yeah, we're supposed to be warm here, and it's still. We're supposed to be in the 80s now, and it's month of March here, the tail end. Supposed to have the windows open all night long, and that cool breeze around 70 at night, and it's not even that. It's like 38.
Dang.
Yeah, we're still in the cold. It's weird.
Yeah, Bart said he's driving home and he had water coming up over his truck. Damn. That's crazy. Hey, you guys, thank you guys so much for all the likes, all the shares, all the gifts. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the page, hit that gold star. It says, I think, 17 out of 61. And then you guys get exclusive videos. Only subscribers will see. They're more technical videos. And you all get a discount at the shop, too. So,
Discounts.
yes. Yes.
Yes.
What kind of mobile
Well,
antennas you sell?
I had to take my big Ranger down. I had to switch trucks, and believe it or not, the kid that was in this truck, he actually set the SWRs right, and he didn't run the coax up through it on a 389. He just ran it through the damn door jamb on the right side, so it's pinched in the door. But it's working. So I took my big radio down and I put the RCI X9 in, and it's just a temporary thing.
Sure. Yeah, running the coax through the door, depending on the truck, ain't bad because you got it depends on the truck because certain trucks have a bigger rubber seal on the door. Some of the trucks that don't, then you can pinch coax pretty bad. But like my wife's pickup, her antenna's coax been ran through the door for 4 years with a Ranger N4 and 500 watts striker mag mount, and she's fine.
Yeah, we had our meeting today. I get my new truck sometime around July, August. I get my 13-speed 589 back.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Does that truck have a stretch frame?
Yeah, it's going to have the same stretch frame as the one I have now does.
Nice. Because then that'll help a lot with that 102 back there.
Yep.
We're selling my old one, and we're not buying brand new. I'm scared to death of all the brand new and the X15, and I don't know what way we're gonna go. If we can find an X15 that we can delete and end frame with 200,000-300,000 on it, we're gonna go there. What we're really looking at is finding a PACCAR with 100 or 200,000 miles on it, 389, and yanking it out and putting in a new cat content motor and calling it done.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't get PACCAR.
Yeah.
I'll get PACCAR because you can buy a PACCAR 389 right now for probably 70 grand with 200,000 miles on it. We're gonna rip the PACCAR out and gonna put in a cat content.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Michael, I think you asked me what mobile antennas do I carry?
Yeah.
So we carry Striker, Fire Stick, Viper, Predator. Those are our main antennas.
Yeah.
Strikers are badass. They're so easy. They're idiot proof.
Well, it depends on the truck. A lot of them, they tune right up. Some don't.
Yeah.
You don't need the book for dummies for that one.
Yeah. And we carry 102 whips.
Strikers, dudes. I got a
What's
pair
that?
of the Strikers.
Yeah, the Strikers are good. If they tune up, they perform really well.
They
the
take
Striker
a
mag
fucking
mounts.
beating. Boy, did
Oh,
they take an ass whipping.
I didn't know they made antennas. Wow.
Yeah, and the Striker mag mounts.
They got some badass motherfuckers.
Yeah, the Striker mag mounts blow the doors off of Wilson mag mounts. So we don't even carry Wilson. So it's all
I don't
made
know
in China
about
since
Striker
2012.
radios anymore. I think they switched how they make them, but
So the new Striker Plus models that they came out with are actually really good. They kind of redeemed themselves because the V2 models kind of sucked. And they came out with the Plus version, 655 and 955. They're both 100-watt radios, and they both have the weather band channels in them. And it's a really cool feature. You know, you're driving on a road, you just flip the switch from AM to weather band, and boom, you got the weather.
Yeah.
And you can turn the alerts on, and it'll scare the shit out of you in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah, that happened to
I still
him.
got my Striker 955 that, it would be a 2008 or 2009. My 05 blew the MOSFETs, and they didn't have it, so they sold me another one and took mine in on trade, of course.
Yeah.
And it worked. It worked well. I don't know whether that's when they started going bad or after that they started having issues. But
The only
Up
time
until I
I've seen
quit
the
using it,
MOSFETs
it
blow
worked
up
well.
is, yeah, no, they do work well. And the only time I've seen strikers blow MOSFETs is with antenna issues, or
Yeah, somebody got in my truck and I told them that, the one coax when it got wet or when it got frosty out, don't use the radio, and he didn't listen because that particular I didn't have a striker antenna on at the time,
yeah,
and he went to key it up and he didn't notice the SWR meter spike because it was wet
yep,
and it wasn't grounded right, so obviously it threw the SWRs off, and he
Ooh.
started talking on it and he did her in.
sure, yep, yep. But the old V1s, like what you're talking about, that's the radio you want.
The like 2005 model years.
Because you
Yeah.
could adjust everything. And
Yeah.
the V2 came out, there was no adjustment.
And when did they come out?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, something like that.
Oh
Ish.
no. I had this one. This radio here was way before 3 years ago.
Yeah. So that's
Oh,
the
there you
V1.
go.
That's the one you want. Yeah.
All right, then I'll probably just hang on to it.
I
If
would.
I ever get back down there, I got about 3 radios. I mean, they're working, they're fine, everything's great, but it doesn't hurt to once every couple of years just put it on a bench and
Check them
clean
out.
and check it out, and then
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah. Can't hurt. That's for sure.
That's worth a bench test fee for me. And
Yeah.
we don't have, but you're like the only guy. There's a guy in Cheyenne that does mobile. He was pretty good. He fixed that big one of mine. It had an issue with when you turn the power knob on it wouldn't turn on, and you had to wiggle it, and then it'd kick on. And he just cleaned it and didn't sell me a switch or anything else,
Yeah.
So
That's a common problem with those.
yeah, and he was really good. And but there's just not too many radio guys out there anymore. And
Scary.
when you run across one, it's like, I'm not a radio guy. That's what I pay guys like you for. But
Yeah.
I have messed with them over the years, that I know enough to know when you're feeding me a line of shit.
Yeah. Well, and I'm glad you brought that up. So, I tell all my customers, I understand you always can't make it to my shop. You might need something and whatever, that's fine. But I always tell them, if you go into a shop and you think the guy's feeding you a bunch of shit, just walk outside, give me a call. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. And there was that red monkey guy up there in Cheyenne, Wyoming, was telling everybody all of his radios does 200 watts. Doesn't matter the radio. Striker 447. Yep, it does 200 watts. So he calls me up and asks me about it. And I said, no, there's no way. It's only got 2 MOSFETs in it. It's a 60-watt radio. That's it. Can't physically do more. It's impossible. He's full of shit. He's lying to you.
All right.
And that's what I would tell him. And he starts laughing. He goes, I don't have to tell him. You already did. I had you on speakerphone. And I said, good. He shouldn't have fucking lied to you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just math.
That's not good.
Each MOSFET does 30 watts. There you go. Do the math. 2 MOSFETs, 60 watts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah, I know. These guys are really ignorant because they think, oh, dumb truck driver, they'll never know. They'll never find out. Come on, man. Most of these guys are not dumb.
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, they got friends. They're going to, come on, And then you lie to one truck driver, and that's going to spread like wildfire.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's over. You just cut your own throat.
We have nothing to do but talk to people all day long.
Right. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you sit there bored and you start researching on your phone or whatever. So it doesn't matter. It's about dignity, right? You just don't lie to people.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
Yeah, it's not cool.
No. And I mean, I've offended some guys in the beginning, because I was so brutally honest with them. But once I started explaining stuff to them and they saw how things work, because I let you stand right next to me while I tune your radio. I don't care. There's nothing to hide, right? So, and it's your equipment. You have the right to watch. That's the way I feel. So, yeah, I mean, if you got nothing
scary.
to hide, then what does it matter? You just be honest with people. I feel better about it. You know, you don't have to cover a lie with a lie with a lie.
My
So
favorite one is they're like, well, let's hook it up to the oscilloscope. Oh, really? Which knob are you going to turn to match the wavelength?
Yeah.
well,
When
you really
you
can't.
did it right. You hooked it up. You showed the sine wave. You were like, here's where it's at. I remember it specifically. I have a background in dealing with that with solid state, but it's like, then the guy just
Sure.
plugs it up. Here, watch what it does. Check out your echo. See how it, and it's like, yeah, dude, it's an O-scope. It's going to show you what the echo does. You twist the knob on my radio, you can manipulate it. What's the benefit here? I mean, come on,
Well,
dude.
sure, yeah. Well,
Yeah, right.
and you know what? You brought up a great point, man. So guys come in and they have this. Everyone tells them turn your mic gain all the way up, makes you louder, and you look at that on an O scope and it looks like shit
Yeah.
because
Capping
you're
off,
overdriving
right?
it, right? Yeah, you're overdriving it. So when you start turning that mic gain down and watching the scope, then you can figure out for that particular radio where the sweet spot is for the mic gain.
Yep.
Simple as that. When it cleans up, you got nice round edges. Yeah, boom, there you go. Nice big wide sine wave. Okay, you're done.
The
And
only way
sure,
that I tell where my mic gain is now is I crank my external speaker all the way up, and then if I can sit and put the microphone at the corner of my mouth and talk across it and it squeals, my mic gain's too high. So I'll sit there and I'll tweak it down, 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 and then obviously it's not exactly what you're broadcasting, but you can hear the difference in the
oh sure,
external speaker, and
it'll
then
clean
it's
it up.
like, and
Yeah,
then sometimes it'll get bumped, and then as soon as I key, I can hear in my right ear. It's like, oh, that's way too fucking high. So I'll just back off the mic, and then when I let off, I'll like, oh fuck that, it got bumped, and I'll turn it down, and
Yeah.
but it's
so
not that often you carry on a long conversation out here anyway. But good
sure.
enough to
So a general rule of thumb:
it up, fan.
most radios today, the sweet spot's about 1 o'clock ish. So if you start at 1 o'clock and go up a little bit or down a little bit, you can find the sweet spot. Now, if you got a radio someone modified and they cut the limiters out of it, the sweet spot's like 9 o'clock because it's way too much modulation.
Yeah.
But that's why you don't let no one modify your radios, man. All the parts in a radio, they're there for a reason.
Yep.
So
If
yeah,
you want a
when
1,000-watt radio, well, then go get a radio and set it up for that. Put an amp on it.
sure,
You know.
exactly, right, exactly.
If you can get a Ranger radio, and here's the other thing that a lot of the guys that come to me here where I'm at, and they're like, hey, what do I do? Oh, and then it's like, okay, you got the look at the radio, you got the damn radio I got, 600 watts, whatever. You need it. Why do you got your amp on? Why do you got your power turned up? It's like, you can bumper skip? Who? Nobody. Turn that shit down and off. When we get down to that area down there and it's 12 miles apart, and you want to talk to me at one area and I'm at the other, okay, flip your amp on, talk, and then shut it off. But that ain't what you do.
Right.
You get on your phone and call me anyway.
Yeah, right. No, you're exactly right. The ones that I love are the ones that say you turn up your RF gain and your mic gain all the way up. That makes you louder. RF gain has nothing to do with transmit.
Oh yeah.
Nothing.
That's for your ears.
I want
What's
my
that?
RF.
Your RF gains for your ears.
That's right. So another trick with radios is don't use squelch. Turn your squelch all the way down. Turn your noise blanketer on. Then turn your RF gain down just to where the noise stops, and that's when you stop turning down the RF gain. And if you set your radio like that, you'll actually hear people further away, for the most part, just in general.
Yeah.
But if you're having trouble hearing somebody, then turn your gain up. That's what it's for.
Yep.
Radios.
Reach up, turn your gain up. When they're done talking, turn it back down.
Turn it down. That's right. So
threshold.
The
only time somebody's going to talk to you is when you're in the same parking lot or you're passing them on the interstate and you're looking right at them. And then as they go behind you, you just reach up, turn your gain up, and then eventually you run out of range, and then you just turn it back down.
Yeah, you got it. 100% nailed it on the head. That's exactly right. Radios are not a set it and forget it type deal. You got to learn how to use it. It's a tool, just like a hammer or a drill. It's a tool, and you got to learn how to. If you want to get the full benefits out of the radio, you got to learn how to use it. And I think the best way to do that is just experiment, because what works good for you might not work good for me or whatever. And you just got to play with it, just like a new cell phone.
Yeah, I would have a hard time doing that one.
I know. We you know what we got to get, Todd? Remember that one Connex radio, the Betty Boop, that had the two boobs on the knobs? Then he could just
The
feel
one
his
that
way
would
around.
always you had to constantly fucking adjust it because it never stayed set.
If I fell
Yeah.
on a barrel, if I fell on a barrel of titties, I would still come out stuck in my thumb.
Damn.
You know, that's the shame when the Connexes first came out. I mean, they had some
Yeah, I remember those
banging
radios.
little radios,
Yeah.
man.
Todd would
And,
never
you
get off the
know,
radio.
like a few,
Yeah.
yeah.
Back in
And-
those
but
Connex were
then
good
they
radios
started
back
taking
in
a
the days.
beating with road vibration.
Yes.
And I don't know. I was always constantly tuning mine and then readjusting. And well, it was set 5 minutes ago, and then you'd reach up and flip the knob again and be like, I don't know what's going on.
I always run a big old piece of foam under mine.
Couldn't they put the
I run the General Lee.
bee wax in the canisters and stuff like that, Jay?
They still do it.
They do?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember my GTL was like that back in the days. Everything was waxed, and the guy that did it and did the freaks and upper and lower freaks and tuned, man, that thing was a talker.
Yep. Yep. But no, he's 100% right. You know, and that's just the way you just got to play with it. Figure out what's working. You got to remember that as far as RF gain goes, that's going to be different in every truck because of the antenna.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, in my shop, when I set up a radio in my shop, I'm talking off that big Mako, that big bass antenna. So I got to turn the gain way down because that antenna's picking up everything. Well, you
Is
put it
that
in
for
your truck.
just your test, or do you have a dummy load as well?
So I got a dummy load on the bench, and then after I do that, I go to the live antenna because you're going to get the true performance running out the pipe.
Yeah,
So,
right.
I always check them on both. You know, usually 9 times out of 10, I won't even use the bench. I'll just start on the antenna, and then if it needs it, I'll just switch it over. But anyway. So you always get the most accurate readings and frequency readings out of the antenna because that dummy load is not the same as running out of antenna. So you put it on the dummy load, it might read 1852.
Yeah, the heat sink and oil or.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
right. Different resistance. So then you put it on the antenna, then it reads 1850. It's right on freak.
There you go.
Yeah,
You
I
got
always
two
do both.
antennas. Do you have two antennas up on the roof there? Or you're putting that one you just got up. Are you gonna take one down or have two going?
No, I'll take it down.
The one he just got's going at home too. To answer your question.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's okay. No, I'd still take it down. Yeah, I've got a GMRS antenna on my shop. Then the big base CB antenna. Same here at the house. But yeah, I would take it down. But you know, at the shop, I thought about putting up a Colossal just to advertise, but I don't need it. I don't use my radio at the shop to talk, skip, or whatever. I just use it for radio checks. I don't advertise. I don't need to.
Right.
Bob, CB shop is open. Exit 78, I-80.
Yep, and you guys hear that shit all day long, right?
Is the arch nemesis in the desert? I mean, I haven't heard him in a while.
So he's been gone for about a year now, and there's a whole bunch of mixed stories. I don't know what's true. I really don't care.
We don't. Yeah, we don't need to mention the name, but I'm all ears.
Oh, you know who? Yeah, we all know who we're talking about.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
Yep, everyone knows. And
Kind of like the one that we hear around here is 001.
Who's that?
San Bernardino, California.
Huh.
In the Walmart parking lot.
Oh, yeah, I know you talking.
001 Walmart parking lot, San Bernardino.
Yes, he always says, I'm talking from the Walmart parking lot, knowing he's lying out his damn mouth.
Mm-hmm.
The
I
only
heard of
reason you
him.
don't hear him no more is because he don't live in San Bernardino no more. He lives in Dallas, Texas.
Hmm.
Anyway, what
Oh.
happened? What happened to our desert dude?
Well, soft
So
drive.
there was mixed stories. I know the DA in New Mexico, the district attorney in New Mexico, really got on him. There's actually a YouTube video recording of it. Someone recorded it and put it on YouTube, and yeah, the DA was going after him because he took all these people's money and didn't deliver radios. That was one thing. And the other thing was the FCC got him. And the other thing was he got arrested. And I don't know. I think that's all bullshit. But I mean, the guy was on the air for what, 2 years with 10,000 watts. The FCC didn't do nothing.
Yeah, the FCC didn't say nothing. Come on.
Ain't gonna do nothing. So, not to him anyway. But then I heard he moved up to Washington. Someone said he was in Washington. Someone said he was in Texas. So I don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, when I would drive through there, you know, he'd be on there running his mouth, and
You'd hear him. Yep.
you know, I mean, it was like a lot of the times he would try to be genuine and he's just conversating, and he would actually talk about things going on, and then his standard phraseology, you know, and it was like, I don't care. It's not like anybody, you're not interrupting me, you know. But then when he would start gouging and getting into his long-winded spiels about whatever, and it was just like, all right, dude, you know. I mean, so as far as him causing problems with tying up the channel,
Right.
I question the validity of that, because you can drive for 30 days and maybe have one person talk to you on that channel anywhere USA, and you know, it's just not a tool that's used. So I mean, I really don't care.
Yeah.
The
But
only thing I care about is just the etiquette, that, you know, if you're going to sit there and stack shit on people
Right.
for
Right.
whatever reason, you know,
That's crazy.
and you're on a platform that has complete anonymity, you know. So if
Right.
somebody wants to talk smack, well, why even give them the time of day? Oh, that's because you got 10,000 watts and you want to run your mouth some more. So whatever.
Yeah, every now and then he would talk shit about my shop, and I loved it because every time he did, I got slammed. People would come in and go, "Man, I didn't even know you were here till I heard that dipshit in the desert talking." Yeah, great. And
I used to watch his YouTube channels back in the days.
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, yeah.
And I
He's
mean,
got
I
he's
think
got
he
mental
was,
issues.
yeah, I think he was technically savvy, but I think that he dived into it and there was some brain fog from the isolation, because when you start dealing into the stuff he was talking about was pretty in-depth shit. You know?
Yeah. I remember
And
listening to
he
him.
wasn't completely wrong, but it was like, you must do nothing but lay in bed at right and read, you know,
Books
technical
after.
electrical
Yeah.
manuals, you know,
Mhm.
and it's like, okay, because I mean, the solid state and the, you know, the how it works and everything else, and I mean, it's like there's impedance and inductance and all kind, and he would rattle
Mhm.
it off, and you'd listen to him, and he'd be like, ah,
It seemed like a
that's not,
trap, though. Like he would
yeah.
trap you to buy his
Well,
stuff.
he would drive you to his YouTube channel, and
Yeah.
then more views would get more
Yeah, 'cause
airtime. I don't, you know
back
how
then I
that works.
almost got a radio from him too. So you had to go and create a website and do something this, and then if you didn't put the coax and stuff the way he wanted, he wouldn't sell you the radio.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I was like, never mind.
I don't know. I've always done my coax the same way, and I'm sure there's a technical way that maybe has some validity to his statement. But
Right.
you know, I've had people tell me you don't need any more than 6 foot, but all my time ever doing anything in a truck, and maybe times have changed with modern solid state, you know, but 18 foot, flake it across the overhead, and that's what you do. And
Right.
you know, but I had somebody try to tell me, I remember where the hell I was. that all you needed was just like, 6 foot, just, from the radio out to the antenna, and that was it.
That's what we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had it in my car from the passenger underneath the glove box, went underneath that, the kick panel, and the RG8 back in the days when that was the stuff, but it went
Yeah.
down underneath the rail of the panel of the car, then it went up the side by the door jamb panel, and then up through into
And
had a teardrop mount.
I think Mini 8 in the 80s and 90s was a little different than Mini 8 today.
Oh, I bet. I've been at it for like maybe 25, 30 years now. So, and after I got vision impairment. So now I'm like, what else can I do? Oh, let me go back to the radio.
Get a base station and raise some hell. Don't lie.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me.
Yeah.
So let's
do
bust
that.
the myth. Let's bust the myth right now and length the coax. So you're running quarter wave antennas which equal 9 feet, but you're going to run a half wave with coax on it.
Yeah.
Do the math.
What's that? The 230 whatever that coax is called.
Well, we use RG8X, but the shorter the coax, the less resistance you have, right? All the tuning's in the antenna, not the coax. So here's where the myth came from. Back in the old days when they didn't have analyzers, they had SWR meters.
Right.
So if they went from a 9-foot to an 18-foot piece, sure, the meter was going to drop. The longer coax absorbed the reflected energy the meter's reading, but your antenna's still out of tune. It's a false reading.
Yeah.
So on an aircraft carrier, we had 1,200 feet of coax. Explain that.
I always
that's
tune the
'cause you
antenna.
got on an aircraft carrier. I was in the Navy, so I totally understand what you just said.
Yeah, me too.
With a lot more, you need that ground.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
But so you tune an antenna with a 3-foot jumper, then hook the main line back up, go in a radio room, unhook the main line, test it there, and got the same exact reading.
Because I always did it on the antenna on the tower when I had my tower, and the way the house was, because I had a 2-stage 20 foot, and when it was all the way down, it would be just right enough where I can get the coax and do the jumper and everything right there, and then I'd have a friend key up and see if my SWR was good at the antenna. I don't know if back in the days if that was the thing. And then I'd check it through I'd check the antenna right at the antenna, and then go back into the house and check it.
Yeah. So like even the 3-foot lengths, 3, 6, 9, 12, whatever, that's a myth too. So if it depends on the velocity factor of the coax, that's going to give you a different null rate.
Even the jumpers?
Absolutely.
So if you have a 3-foot jumper, you're okay, or because I remember in a car I had it was like not even under a foot.
Well, but it depends on the coax, and it depends on the amp too. So like my Texas Star on my Jeep, I got a 1-foot jumper going to it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But like on these 307 amps, he puts a decal right on the back where you screw in the coax. No 3-foot jumpers. You got to null the coax out. So if you're running a coax like RG8X with 66% or 74% velocity factor ish, let's say 74, you're roughly going to be around 7.5 feet for that jumper to null it out. If you do that, now you're going to have less reflected energy coming back in the radio and the amp.
You can reverse swing
That
then,
does
huh?
make sense.
It's all going to go out the antenna. That's right.
So it wouldn't show reverse then when you're checking it.
That's right. So if you watch like 307's videos, he's got an amp that's doing 1,500 watts, and he's got a 1/4 watt reflected coming back in.
You're right.
1/4 of a watt.
That's pretty good.
It don't get better than that.
No, you can't.
But this is where this is why wives' tales are. You don't listen to people that can't back it up with scientific fact. So I had a guy today. Oh, I thought you needed 18 feet, and I said, "Can you scientifically explain to me why?" And he goes, "Well, no, that's just what I've always been told." And I said, "Okay, jump off a cliff."
I was told that.
And he just looked at me and kind of laughed. And I said, "I'm not being a smartass, but I want you to think about something. When people tell you stuff, if they can't back it up with scientific fact, then where's the proof that it's going to work?"
Oh, wow. Now that I think about it.
What is the best coax for like a 389 or you do? Is it just depending on the truck and how it's grounded? or is it like you have like a certain coax that you always use that works the best?
Well, in most trucks, we just use the Belden RG8X. It's a good coax. It's made in America. Um, it's got a real nice tight weave to it, which gives you good shielding, right? And that's why the velocity factor is higher. Wilson coax is probably the worst, Chinese stuff. But I just use RG8X. For most radios, even if you're running an N4, it's not enough power to really make a difference. Now you start dealing with 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 watts. That's different. You can still use RG8X, but you got to null the coax out.
Yeah.
Now you start playing with 10,000 watts. Now you're probably going to jump up to RG213, the military grade coax.
There's been proven issues that you can cause problems with your CECU and your ECM when you start getting up there pretty high on your wattage. And
on these newer trucks like 2020 to present date, if you go above 250 watts, you're going to mess with them.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking in general terms. I'm not saying this is.
Oh, I agree.
This is gospel, because on some trucks you can get away with it, but because every truck is different. I had a guy bring 2 brand new Freightliners to my shop. Bought them in Albuquerque. The trucks had 50 miles on them. One truck, everything tuned up perfect. The other truck, I couldn't get any antenna to tune up on it whatsoever, and I had to turn them away.
Wow.
Yep. 2 brand new, same trucks. The ground planes were different because the way they're put together, they're fast, cheap shit in assembly line.
Yep.
There's no pride. If you look at and I'm serious. My dad was a mechanic for 50 years. I grew up building drag cars in the shop with him. You look at a 69 Barracuda, Charger, Dart, Duster. Those cars, you could have 4 of them side by side, and they were exactly the same. I mean, everything was exactly the same. They had pride back then, but they were also hand built, not machines.
Yeah.
Same with big trucks.
There was a level of attention to detail
that
doesn't exist, and I'll prove that.
There was pride.
Yeah.
More press about airline crashes, but why are planes dropping out of the sky over Philadelphia? It wouldn't matter, if there was a big accident out there on the big, between a helicopter and a commercial airliner. Obviously, drew a lot more attention to, how many other planes are. But, even if that didn't happen, I guarantee you that the plane crashes that have happened after still would have made the press. But why is that happening?
Yeah.
Right. Is it a mechanical failure?
Well, that's all I'm saying. There was self-respect. There was pride back then.
Complete and utter. Yeah.
I thought it was something with the radar, something that Boeing had when you were too close. Can't recall that. I remember some fragment
policies.
Yeah.
For
I remember that. That was damaged or something happened.
Well, like I was saying, it's all about pride and self-respect.
Coming in on night landing isn't paying attention. Yeah.
You think so?
Just people don't have a swivel on their head anymore. They're not paying attention.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
going through life with the blinders on.
Radar. Like the guys that work at my shop, I tell them everybody gets 110% customer satisfaction, customer care, and you do the best job of your ability. If you have to look at something and you doubt it for 1 second, come get me. If you know you can't do that job 110%, you come get me, because it's my name on that shop, not theirs. They don't give a shit, right? So you gotta.
That's a tough thing to do when you're dealing with your primary customer base. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Is truck drivers. I go into the Blue Beacon all the time, and I just tell them guys all the time I couldn't do your job. Could you imagine doing their job?
Right.
Could you imagine an asshole like me showing up with a log truck telling you to wash all the mud off?
The what?
I was driving a log truck, and I'd go to the Blue Beacon and just get my shit washed where I didn't have to wash that mud.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just talking about the fact that they have to have customer service with,
Oh yeah.
the corner of loneliness and inefficiency when it pulls in the bay, and I
Well,
mean they have objections as soon as the feet hit the ground.
right. Well, here's what happens in my shop. So we'll have 6 or 8 trucks pull up. There's only 2 or
Wow.
3 of us sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So first come, first serve. You work on the first truck, get it done, go to the second, third, fourth. And then, the guy that's 6th or 7th in line is starting to get antsy. And I can understand that. Sometimes you guys got to go. I get it. Totally get it. But I tell him, look, I'm going to give you the same customer service as I'm giving this guy. So if you just wait another 5 or 10 minutes, we'll be on your truck and we'll fix you up just as good as
Yeah.
him. But I'm not going to rush anything. And if you want me to do a rush job, then I'm not interested. Thank you.
Yep.
And they're like, okay, I understand. And they calm down and they're cool. I get it. And there's been a couple guys where they're like, shit, man, I'm so tight on time. I'll come back. And then a couple of days later, they'll come back, whatever. And that's
Yeah.
fine. I get it. They're on a schedule too. I get it. But I'm not going to rush a job because if you do that one time and you mess up, what's the first words out of their mouth? Well, Thunder Valley did it.
Yeah, and then they're going to call back and get on the
Mm-hmm.
phone and yell and scream, and you're no good. And
Well,
and I tell
not
you
just
what,
that.
I tell you, it's like, oh
I
Yeah.
tell
god,
you what.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that. They're going to tell all their friends, right? Well, Thunder Valley did this, fuck, man. But they're not going to tell you the whole story. Well, I was rushing the guy to do it.
So you don't do appointments, do you, or you just first come first serve?
I do appointments. Yeah, I do. And I let the guys know, if sometimes crazy stuff happens, man. If I pull up to the shop and there's 8 trucks waiting, well, shit. What do? You got to take care of them, man. I got to take care of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't rush nothing. If you got time to do
I
it twice,
pull
you
in there,
got
I
time
got
to
a
do it
little
right.
pigs on, and I'm like, sorry about your luck.
Dude, I got to tell you funny. I got to tell you a
you.
funny story,
I
man.
should have put a little pigs
That's
on, and I was like,
I don't care. It didn't bother me. But I'll tell you a funny story, man. I had a kid named John working for me, and he was a punk. And when I wasn't around, he was extremely rude to customers. And I mean, to the point, some of the stories I heard, I'm surprised he didn't get punched in the mouth, and I mean that literally. So anyway, we had a bull hauler in the shop, and we were putting a 102 whip behind the sleeper on the catwalk, and he had a full load of bulls on. Well, the wind was blowing south to north, and the truck was facing north. And he went alongside the truck to get on the ladder, and this bull fucking let go, took this huge piss, and the wind blew it all over him.
Nice.
I laughed pretty hard because he deserved that. He was a dick, but yeah, God took care of that one for me.
Absolutely.
Well, y'all have a good night. If I see y'all here tomorrow, I'll holler.
Okay, well, listen, I usually do a live in the morning and a live at night. Now, tomorrow is me and my wife's date night, so I'll probably do a live in the morning, but we will not be on tomorrow night. But Sunday, we'll go back to our regular schedule, morning and night.
10-4.
Yeah. Thank
Well,
you so
nice to
much for
meet
joining,
y'all.
man. It was nice to have you on here, Michael. Thank you.
10
Yes,
for.
sir. Y'all
Y'all have a good night,
I'll
man.
see y'all next time. Y'all too.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, buddy. Take care, man.
have a good night. Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet y'all.
10 for.
10 per. But yeah, man. So he's been to the shop, so he knows.
Yeah.
I don't hide nothing from nobody. They're more than welcome to watch. Even when we tune antennas, 9 times out of 10, I'll ask them, "Do you mind sitting in the driver's seat and yelling numbers out to me on the meter?" So they're looking right at it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing to hide.
I had a guy over here. He'd been trucking quite a while. He's just not radio versed. We're down in Arizona. He's like, "Hey, you gotta come out and look. I got all hooked up. You've been banging on me. I needed to go and get it done. Da 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 da." And I got the striker antenna. You said it was really simple. He set it all up. He run my coax in. I got the striker, 655, And I said, "Have you checked your SWRs?" And he's like, I said, "Well, there's an SWR meter on that radio."
Yep.
Huh.
There is? And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well," he said everything. I went out there and grabbed it up, 19 dead keyed it, 2.5. And I said, oh, he set it up, did he? He said,
Wow.
well, what the fuck? And I said, don't worry about it. Here, let's see if we can't take care of it here.
Right.
And I said, get up there, undo the top, hand it down to me. Got a pair of fence pliers, cut it at an angle, drug it on the concrete, stuck it back in there, tightened
you
it
go.
back down, dead keyed it. Needle didn't even move.
Nice.
I was losing my shit. Well, I did it to my antenna and to another guy's antenna here. And
Right.
both mine and my other guy's antenna, I had to cut damn near 6 inches off of it before I could get it to get down to 1.5. I mean, it was like, what the
Wow.
hell, you know? So, I mean, literally, I took a 1/4 inch off the bottom of that stinger, drug it on the concrete,
Yep.
stuck it back in, tightened it down, dead keyed it, the needle never moved.
I'll
Never
tell you
even
another
flickered.
trick.
And
So
I was
when you-
like, huh, that's
I'll
awesome.
tell you a trick. So, and here's the thing too about SWR meters on a striker. They're a little conservative. So if it's shown a 2.5 on the analyzer, it's probably a 3.
Yeah.
You know. So, but here's the trick. The analyzer will tell you which way to go, up or down.
Mm.
So you can't see that on the SWR meter. So before you cut an antenna, if that whip is already based out, pull it up an inch and then check it. If the SWR goes up, then you know for a fact you have to cut it.
Yes,
But
that does make sense.
right, what if the SWR goes down? Now you're going the right way. See?
Yeah.
So always
That's what
try
I
to
should have done
lengthen
with
it
mine
first.
before I cut 6 inches
Yeah.
off the some bitch.
Yeah, always try to lengthen it first. And then if it goes up, then there's no doubt. You know you have to trim it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to cover your ass a little bit, that's all.
All right, let me get out of here. Go over to the missus.
Yes, sir. Thanks for joining, Todd. It's always nice having you on here, my friend.
Yeah, it's always good to hear all everybody talk, man. It just wants me to get back on the radio again.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to be tickled pink the day that you and I talk skip. I'm going to record that shit and I'm going to put it on my TikTok page.
Man, I'd have to get that 3-element.
No, maybe not. I've talked skip on a handheld. Just depends on the atmosphere, man.
Yeah, I know that. We'll see how this DMR stuff goes. That's what the missus said. You're too
Sure.
deep. She says I was too deep into that. I'm already $700 in it and haven't got to talk on it yet.
Yeah, I know. Well, that guy's kind of, I don't know. I'm not going to be derogatory, but you know.
Yeah, so we'll see, and then if there's not that much action on it, because there's nothing for me to do, you know, that's why I asked you if you can get a radio that'll put a talk number selection on a regular old school radio or something you can add that to or something.
CJ said he found something, dude. So when he gets back off the road and comes back in the shop, we're going to talk about that together.
Yeah, no problem. Just you know, just get it together and
Sure.
I'll have to save the pennies.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Todd, you have a wonderful night,
listen
sir.
to you guys. So when I quit trucking, I can go home and get my base station, and I can still talk.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And if you ever need help setting up your base, just call me.
I missed the AM stuff.
I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin. My base station I had growing up as a kid. I don't even remember what it was, but we had the big lollipop. We had the Moonraker antenna stuck. We lived in Northland, Colorado, and you know, we had it, you know, but we just talked to people on our designated channel was channel 24 for the nasty bass. Yep, there you go.
There you go.
And it was always on channel 24. And so if Dad he had a CB in his pickup, I had a CB in my car.
That's where it was at.
I would travel back and forth between Nebraska, and you know, I could usually about 20 miles out. Dad could pull me out my little realistic Bearcat from Radio Shack, you know, and but yeah, I don't even know where to begin. I'm looking at your stuff, and I'm like, I don't have a clue, nothing. I don't.
Yeah, don't even worry about it now. When the time comes, we'll help you out.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good night.
You too, Todd. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Have a good night.
He's a cool guy. Hey, happy camper. What's going on?
Not much, man. I'm just sitting here listening.
Yeah, 10-4. We're just chewing the fat, telling lies.
Surely not. Not here.
Yeah, we always have a good time on these. It never fails. Every time I do a live, we start out talking about radios and we run down a rabbit hole somewhere, and it doesn't matter. We all have fun and everyone enjoys it. That's all that matters. That's the whole point about radio. Radio is supposed to be enjoyable, supposed to be fun. Now, sure, truck drivers use it as a tool, and I get it, but you can still have fun with it.
Yeah.
So, guys, what do you think, man? Tonight was a dang good live. We got 10,600 likes. Holy moly. I want to thank everybody for participating, for joining, for everything, the gifts, the shares, the likes. And if there's anything I could do to help you guys, you know how to get a hold of me. And go check out our website. I got it back up. So it's thundervalleycb.com. And
Well, I hope you're. I don't know when I can get to you, but when I get my upgrade there, we're gonna do it right. Power to the battery and everything else, and
sure,
run coax and set an antenna on the driver's side and go down the road.
Yeah, we'll get you fixed up. Not a problem.
I hope I can get back out there anyway. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it'd be
might
nice
have
to
to
see
do a
you
lot
again.
of calling you and do it all myself, but
Oh,
just
like
don't
for
go through.
the coax or the mounts or whatever parts you need, just we can figure it out and ship it out to you. And or you can order it off the website. You can look through the website, see what you like, and then just call me and we can talk about it.
I really should start doing a lot of that more myself. It'd be handy to have somebody here that can do it. So it's like, I'm going to go home on this day, have your truck in the shop. It'll take me about a day and we'll get everything ran and get everything set. And then, yeah, good to go. But
Then you can pull the truck out of the shop and then set the antennas. You can't do it inside a shop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I can have it in the shop, get it all done. And then, I can also tell them, but before you get there, call you and get everything you need and have it sitting there waiting on me. And then, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you probably should invest in. If you want to do that, get one of those Rig Expert antenna analyzers. The model numbers AA35 or the 55, either one. They're both really good. You can order them from dxengineering.com.
All
right. But you got to set them up. They don't come out of the box ready to go. You set all the parameters, all that stuff. And if you don't know how to do that, if you order that meter from DX, just ship it to me, and then I'll set it up and ship it to you.
All right. I'll just keep your information handy. I might start doing that. Just telling guys is like, you ain't gonna find a radio shop, and we don't go through Moriarty no more. And
yeah, I know.
Call him up, tell him what you got, tell him what you want to do.
Sure.
He'll get everything set. You can buy a radio from him. He'll set it.
Yep.
And he'll send the right coax. And then when it comes to me, all I got to do is run it through solder and end on or whatever it is that you do now. And
well, hell, I've got the coax where the ends unscrew off of them, the PL259. So you could just run it.
Get weather inside?
No, well, I don't know how, because that part that unscrews goes on the inside.
Okay.
The other end is soldered on. Just the one end comes off on the one side. So that's the end that you run towards your radio.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, folks. Well, I hope everyone has a beautiful evening. Once again, thank you guys so much. I enjoy this so much. That's why I do 2 lives a day. This is my release. This is how I relax. So, thank you guys.
All right. Well.
All right. Well, everybody, God bless. Have a great night. 73s, and till we meet again, happy trails.
Yes, sir.
See ya.